Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to The Legal Mindset. I, of course, am your host, Andrew Esquire, who teaches you to be your own judge. Guys, we had a bombshell day yesterday. I am exhausted. I had a power nap after that one. It was insane. The amount of witnesses that came out with huge testimony yesterday was just absolutely insane. We're going to be breaking all of that down today. To join me to really go through the crazy bitch fest that we had yesterday. I mean, it was literally crazy is the craziest bitch I know. Christina, how's it going?
That's probably true.
I love it, Christina. How you doing though today?
Good.
So it's been difficult for you to get into the actual courtroom, right? Because I think the requirement now is like 1 a.m., right?
Yes, it's nuts. And there are crazies there.
I honestly, have you seen
line cutters?
Have you seen the gallery, like the rogues gallery that is actually getting into the courtroom at this point?
Yeah.
It looks like to me the Mos Eisley spaceport. Like literally.
I know.
Yeah, gotta turn that fan on. It's getting hot in here. But and I'm not gonna take off all the clothes. So yeah, no, it really does. I mean, like literally the line cutting Karens, just the people who are screaming, "This baby is yours." I mean,
people threatening to assault people. That's happening.
It's getting weird, and it's only going to get weirder these last 2 days. Because to remember, the next day it's coming up, we got one final day of testimony. Really, honestly, Johnny's case is over after Thursday. There's nothing he can really do in his case in chief. There's no more questioning, no more witnesses, no more evidence. The last thing Friday will be closing arguments. But closing arguments, you cannot present any new evidence. You can't bring stuff up that you haven't brought up before. So if there's any thing they want to bring up as part of their case, they've got 8 hours to do it.
Yep, well, that's it.
Technically, and I'll give you guys an update here because I know people ask about this every single time. Johnny's side has 7 hours and like a minute. Like it's a very, very small amount, like 7 hours and a minute. And essentially Amber's side has 1 hour. So they have like a 7-to-1 ratio on Amber, which frankly is not horrible, because I think if they do a full day of crosses, and let's say they have 4 witnesses, okay, that gives them 15 minutes a witness. I don't think that's unfair. I think that's totally equitable. I think they're able to get it done. And I don't think there's any, we were all flipping out of, oh, what if they run out their time? Because I think there was a concern that Amber's team, because Elaine is so incompetent, was just going to run over and they were going to have to give him courtesy time. But it looks like that's not going to be an issue. Trin, what's up, Trin? Says from Quebec, Canada. Met Amber Heard fan at work while watching LawTube. Says Amber Heard is super famous. Another client asks, who is Amber Heard? Amber Heard fan replies, Aquaman in French accent. Let me do it. Aquaman. And other lady asks, what else? Amber Heard fan shuts up. Yes. Yes. It's true.
Couldn't even name anything else.
I mean, no. She should have named the 50-cent stripper, as Johnny said, as Johnny put it. She's going to be back on that poll real quick. Well, thank you, Trent, for that.
She's going to be on OnlyFans.
She's definitely going to do OnlyFans, like for sure. Guys, we got some psycho stuff with Amber Heard today.
Oh my God.
I've got some video for you. We're going to definitely watch some video. If you didn't catch the video yesterday, you didn't watch everything yesterday, well, you kind of should. You kind of need to.
Yeah.
I'm going to show a couple of things here.
And I'll just say, if you guys missed it yesterday, I took some of the highlights from yesterday, so you'll find them on my channel. You just have to deal with my silly commentary because I can't help myself.
She has no impulse control. She's like Amber, has no impulse control.
I have a little more than Amber. Come on, give me some credit here.
like 5% more than Amber.
Exactly.
Speaking of lack of impulse control, I'm just gonna say there's 2 photos. Actually, I'll show these first because they kind of tell the story. So I got a text message yesterday from Jeff. I was like eating food and I was about to get on Jeff Legal Vices. And all he said to me was, "Mommy, and I knew it was time to get on, right?
Yes.
I knew it was time to get on. She had the glasses on. See Andrew Braca. I got the hands up, gents, right here. We got right here leaning over. Just I am in pain. Braca's just everybody is dying here. There was no further comment necessary on this one, guys. So this pretty much tells the story about how tomorrow was going for us, guys. And then getting into some memes here.
Oh, dang. That hairstyle, man. Son of a gun.
It's not good, guys.
That's just so good. Perfect.
She did not pick a good one. Of course, then we got
no. Oh my God.
Okay. So there were some text messages that were gone over yesterday. If you guys didn't see it, you guys didn't catch it in the in one of the cross examinations, the direct examinations. These were the text messages. Now I'm going to do a dramatic rereading of them. But by the way, everybody has come back and they've circled direction incoming. So they pointed out. I think everyone's trying to point out that they're incoming. So there's something that Johnny Depp received rather than sent. But I'm not sure how they extracted this and whose phone they extracted this from. So, yeah. But I know that everybody has circled this. But let me just read this in case you guys didn't know. Dramatic rereading. Right, exactly. Molly's pussy is rightfully mine. Should I not just bust in and remove its hinges tonight? Question mark, question mark, question mark. So that's text number one. Text number two is, I want to change her what I want to change her understanding of what's it. I can't. One more time. I want to change her understanding of what it's like to be thrashed about like a pleading mackerel. I need, I want, I take. All right. The pleading mackerel.
Goodness,
I just
what
can't.
What the hell?
I can't. Like pleading mackerel. I like mackerel nigiri, but bro, like I just, oh man. Okay, that's
some wild shit.
It's some wild shit, right? And they say it's from Deuter's phones, right? They're from Deuter's phone, right? So yeah, maybe he was the one that sent them. Definitely big beta energy.
Yes,
I do agree about that. This is like super big beta energy. So I do agree about that. Sounds I like B grade porn. Yeah, it's some bad sex haikus, right? I like this one. Like a sturgeon.
Mm-hmm.
The honey badger takes the mackerel and thrashes it about. Oh man. All right. No. So listen. But what they didn't give, and what I thought they should have got, is the context for I want, I need, I take.
Yes.
And this is the context for I want, I need, I take. See, most people didn't know about this. So look at this serial killer level shit here, guys.
Yes.
Look at this writing. Do you guys see? This is, of course, Amber Heard. She's sending nudes, right? And this is a non-nude, right? So obviously she's covered up here, but there were other photos she sent where she was nude. But look at this serial killer shit. Good afternoon, my beloved Tonto man. This blonde Texas bitch will eat you alive. I need, give me what's mine.
That is insane.
She can't even write it straight. She's
Look
writing
at
stuff
her
backwards.
fucking psycho letters written backwards like that. What is that?
She sent this to Johnny, right?
This
Tonto
is
man.
Mental illness on display.
Yes. Just so you know, guys. So this is full context. And see, I wish they give full context.
That is her manic writing. And you guys have seen it when they brought in her little journal. She has like 10 different fonts that she uses, and they almost look like multiple personalities that she goes in and out of, because her vocabulary can be very, very different at times than at other times, you know? Right. And that is where, in those diaries where she said she wanted to devour him, and there she's talking about it again, like she'll eat him alive. What the fuck? And
she meant what she said. Like, she actually meant that. She fully meant that.
She meant it.
Hashtag believe all crazy women. Like, 100%.
Believe them.
And Bursa, you're exactly right. Her kept staring at Johnny and smirking. And the way she stared, for the most part, was creepy. Christina, did you notice how she was smirking and staring at Johnny when he was describing abuse?
Yes. That is not somebody that's terrified of this guy, living in fear of him. Oh, he perpetrated SV on her. Like the way that the things that she described, guys, are not only in some cases physically impossible, but they are horrific. If they actually occurred, she wouldn't even be able to look at him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let alone smirk and do the creepy eyes. And she's been doing some other weird stuff too. I guess she's finally figured out like where the cameras are, and she's been doing this thing where she looks directly into the camera, like she's looking into your soul, and she'll just stare at it like this.
Yeah.
And then she'll turn her head like, and I'm like, what is she doing? I clipped part of that out because it's 2 minutes straight of her just being a straight up freak.
Did you drop it on your channel?
Yeah.
Christina? Okay, let me see if I just pull it up real quick here. But I mean, there's some craziness.
It to you because it's just like, but you'll have to hear my commentary.
Oh, okay. You got your commentary on it?
Yeah, just turn the volume off though, and just play it without sound. You don't even
Send
need
it to
sound.
Drop it in the private chat while I read this one. Finally, someone got it. The Molly text was more than likely pulled from another phone. Depp's team can't be that dumb. Well, here's the thing, Joe, and I'm going to say this. They probably had like sidebars to try to get that information out there, to explain that information, but likely they lost. I'm sure that they had some objections to it that were addressed. Because obviously, right, authentication is a huge deal, and they might just have authenticated the number. But here's the thing: you can have, your staff, like Johnny said, your staff texting for you. I'm sure they text for you. I know that for example, a lot of these like rappers and famous people, I know Shaquille O'Neal does this. He gives his staff his like Instagram and his social, and they like will source hoes for him to like bang in his mansion. So he'll be like, yo, come over, hey, baby girl, come over to this time, and it'll be the staff kind of sliding into these girls' DMs, try to get them back and do stuff with them. So I wouldn't be
slick.
I would not be surprised if this person was texting from Johnny Depp's phone talking about Molly's pussy. I would not be surprised if it was a staff member or somebody who just happened to have the phone at that time. I mean, stuff happens and people abuse their privileges all the time.
True.
Okay, let me get this one other super chat, and then we'll watch this little video here real quick. Susie says, I am so sleep deprived. Day 22 was crazy. It was insane. I actually didn't expect him to call all of those people that day.
Yeah.
All those people that day. Did anyone see DUI guy's O-face with a TMZ kid wrecked Crazy Cat Lady? We're going to watch this video, okay?
Yes,
so that's already clipped.
Epic.
We're going to watch this video. Don't you worry, right? This is why we're going to have fun today, because we're going to watch all these videos, get some commentary on them. But let's watch this one that Christina, okay, I'll just play this here so we can talk over this. Yeah. So this is just Amber's facial expressions, right?
Yeah, it's just her creepy stare. It is awful.
Look at like emotionless stare.
Yes.
With the tilt.
We're not seeing it.
Oh my God.
You gotta share your screen.
Oh wait, shit! Sorry.
He's
I'm
just sitting there looking at it.
I'm transfixed by this. I'm like,
because
holy
it's
shit,
so
guys.
creepy.
It's so creepy. I'm like sitting here like,
what in the hell?
Okay, sorry, guys. This is why I got like having Christina here, because she calls me on this shit. I'm like literally transfixed by this creepy bitch.
It's so bad. Oh my goodness. Just watch her.
This is what's like so crazy.
Look at this. Now wait for it. There it is. She turns her head and like,
who does that?
Is she pouting? What is she doing? What is she doing? Chat, what is she doing?
What?
She just keeps going. Oh my goodness. That was so freaking creepy. That was weird as hell, wasn't it?
Who does that?
It's so weird. There she goes again. She just keeps going. Keeps staring at you. It's just weird as hell.
That's just really fucking weird. I mean, like, honestly, that's just really fucking weird. Yeah. I don't even know. I don't even know how to explain that, because that's just not normal behavior. Like, normal people don't do that. Nikki says the text was incoming, not outgoing. Yes, that's the point. So did somebody send it to Johnny's phone? Like, I don't know who they were pulling it from, how they were pulling it. Once again, I don't know why they were able to admit that, why they were able to infer that. If they already had authenticated it in some way. I don't know. I don't know what was going on with that in terms of evidentiary, balance. I said, Radix, is your studio modeled on a game? Also, Nick is the OG, but Mindset is now my favorite YouTuber of all time. I pledge, Dr. Your Voice, $1 million. Thank you, IFID. Thank you for rolling with the legal mindset. By the way, 3,565 of you in the chat. Smash a like button. It helps it get out there, get in the algorithm. The best thing you can do for me is smash the like button. And that honestly, seriously, guys, that alone is worth it. Also, I am 1,000 subscribers from 60K. So if you're not subscribed, I hope today is the day that I want.
Let's go. Also, memberships are open. Become a member of the channel. I'm going to grift a little bit for Andrew. Become a member. Join. You love to see it. Support the channel. Let's go.
You get all the waifu emojis. You get the cat girl, the vampire girl. You get the soju. You get the toilet. You get Andrew. You get Adam. I'm gonna have more emojis made too after this one. Like, I mean, I think I'm gonna make the emojis from the trial, so I can make like a cat lady emoji. just so many different emojis. God. An Amber turd. It'll be good. It'll be good. Pavcal says Amber doesn't have 50 million or 40 or maybe even 30. How is she going to settle if she loses? She can't. There's no. Well, first of all, there's a couple things here, Pav. Settling is when you agree before the trial is over and you say, okay, we're going to settle for this amount. She's not going to get a settlement. She's going to have a verdict entered against her. And then after you get a verdict, if you get a judgment essentially, which is your collection on that. Now, Johnny will get a judgment issued on this. I think it'll be between 10 and 20 million. She doesn't have the money. She has some money. He'll get whatever she's got. She's still got some of his money. So she'll get whatever he'll get whatever she's got. He could also garnish some of her money from any contract she has. If she has an ongoing royalties contract, he'd be able to garnish some of that. So it's possible to collect, guys. It's not like her deals are hidden. She's a very public figure. So we know where she's getting her money from. She's going to really need to be hopping on OnlyFans or hoping that Sugar Daddy Musk is willing to pay out a little bit more. Because she may need that. Cigar Gangster says someone who has tech skills should loop this and attach Christmas music like they do with Yule log videos. Great work. I enjoy your coverage. Thank you very much. The memes that should come out of this are going to be epic. Out of this trial are going to be freaking epic. And I love it. Thank you, Fretless, for becoming a new member. Fretless67. Once again, you get all the memes. Yeah. All the memes. And also you get, if I see you and it's a slow time, I don't have like super chats to catch up on, I call you guys who are members because I know you guys are donating. Katarina says, new hero is a TMZ guy. Have him on. I'll reach out to him. Dr. Curry's perfection, take down the liars. Kate Moss looks better than Amber Heard and much older than Slay. If he doesn't win, I have no faith in him. Right? So actually, we're gonna watch those two clips. We're gonna watch TMZ Draco, and we're gonna watch Kate Moss, because Kate Moss is such a juxtaposition to what Amber Heard is not. Right? Kate Moss is what Amber Heard is not.
100%.
So let's just jump into this bitch and get this and get some laughs here, right? Here's TMZ Draco, guys. That's why I call him TMZ Draco Malfoy.
You know this case is being televised, right?
I am aware that there are cameras.
And so this is your 15 minutes of fame.
Objection, Your Honor. Argumentative.
I can ask that question.
Ruled.
So I stand to gain nothing from this. I'm actually putting myself kind of in the target of TMZ, a very litigious organization, and I'm not seeking any 15 minutes here. Though you're welcome to speculate. I could say the same thing by taking.
This thing is lagging. I don't know why. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna see
Korean internet.
Korean internet felu. Let me switch over here. Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna play this one more time. See if the Korean internet will be.
You know this case is being televised, right?
I am aware that there are cameras.
And so this gets you your 15 minutes of fame.
Objection, Your Honor. Argumentative.
I can ask that question.
Overruled.
So I stand to gain nothing from this. I'm actually putting myself kind of in the target of TMZ, a very litigious organization, and I'm not seeking any 15 minutes here. Though you're welcome to speculate. I could say the same thing by taking Amber Heard as a client for you.
Felt it.
Look at DUI guy. Look at DUI guy. He is fucking. Elaine just got fucking blown out. This got blown out right over here, guys.
Look at DUI guy.
Ben Shu.
Mr. Depp's attorneys were well aware of the
That was
That
fucking
was
great.
epic.
That was great. Okay, hold on. So here's
Oh
the
my
so that was that
goodness.
one. That was fucking great. We'll watch the Kate Moss testimony here in a second, guys. But before that, let me catch this. Collector's Digest says, Andrew, there's some highly breaded beta simp energy going on in these streams. Thank God for yourself, Nick, Tug, Flash, and Joe. Here's some money for the unbreaded content and non-simp energy. Thanks, bro. No, it is simp free since '93 on my channel. Actually, since '86 because I'm fucking old as shit. But anyways, yes, it is. We do not simp on these channels, and
I simp for you.
that's allowed. That's allowed. I was also granting a temporary permission to simp for Dr. Mommy.
It's
That's
true.
completely permitted, especially since she was fucking pegging Elaine like in front of us all.
I loved it.
It
Oh
was
my goodness.
glorious. Like that
Poor
was.
Elaine.
I mean, okay. Let me ask you this, Christina. Who was your favorite witness yesterday? Like your favorite witness?
Yesterday,
Or rather, sorry, today, whatever.
Today?
Sorry. It's my yesterday. I'm
I
in Korea.
did-
I'm in the future.
I did like TMZ guy. I liked metadata guy, although he was
You
super
liked metadata
nerdy.
guy?
Yes.
You okay? I can tell your type here. Okay,
No.
so you like metadata guy?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Did the fact that he was like talking dirty and binary was that what did it for you,
You know,
Christina?
I thought he
It's
was a smart guy.
Those zeros and ones, baby. Most
Exist
most
data.
Did you see what he said? He's like, most lawyers don't speak binary, but you know who's got you, baby.
Why am I like this? I don't know.
Horrible
man.
person. Speaking of which, Jonathan, thank you so much for becoming a member. You now have access to the emojis and also I will call you out. So thank you. Appreciate it. Welcome to the club. Welcome to BLM, Based Legal Mindset, my membership group. Same thing with Salty Rules. Welcome.
Yay! New
to
members. I love to see it.
Also, I gotta pull it up. But my merch store has some new merch. I'll show you guys later. But it's fucking hilarious. Anyways, I honestly, one more super chat. Let me get this before we go ahead. Well, it would seem that TMZ was right in trying to keep Tremaine from speaking. What a bombshell. Hashtag cast Dr. Curry as Mira. Jesus Christ. That one would sell.
Oh my god.
That would 100%
Yes.
sell.
Yes.
If they casted her as Mira.
I do love Dr. Curry. Dr.
I mean,
Mommy.
because here's the thing. In addition to being hot, she was knowledgeable.
She's
right? 'Cause here's the
smart.
thing,
Yes.
She was smart. She was knowledgeable. She was personable. She was
Right.
affable. She was believable.
Mhm.
Her answers weren't petty. She would directly answer you, but give the appropriate amount of context.
Yes,
like-
exactly.
The point is, guys, is that when you're answering a question on cross, it is important to give context sometimes instead of giving just a yes or no answer. Sometimes if it's a yes or no, it's a clear yes or no. Just give the yes or no. Don't fight too much. But if there's context, give the context. If you can, try to give the context. And she did that, but she clearly answered.
Yeah.
Compare that to Dr. Schmiegel, Dr. Nosferatu, or Spiegel, whatever.
Oh my goodness.
Seriously, that doctor just went off rambling about stuff that he wasn't even asked about. He was going off on diatribes about expert witnesses when that wasn't the question.
That was amazing.
was-
Even the judge had to tell him, just answer the question, sir.
It was gloriously
Like,
bad.
So bad.
So contrast Schmiegel, this is what this week is. This is why this week is so crazy with these witnesses. Contrast that with Dr. Curry, who literally just answered what she was asked. And she stayed on point. And frankly, though, I think she brought off the gloves. The gloves were on before. Honestly, her first performance wasn't that devastating, but this one was. And I think it's because they called her out. They tried to question her credibility. They tried to question her professionalism. I mean, Christina, what did you think about the dinner insinuation?
Oh my God. First of all, we've already rehashed this. These were the same things that she brought up the first time Dr. Mommy was here. But this was an interview, and the way that they're making it sound like, oh, he wined and dined her, like they went out for a steak dinner and they were drinking together, when in reality, he can't leave his house because he'll be followed by paparazzi. So she is coming to his home in a professional setting, meeting with his team, not just him. And after 3 hours, she's like, oh, I'm hungry. He offers to order food. And there were drinks there at a certain point. Like, it's a totally different context than the way Elaine is trying to make it sound like it's some, swarmy.
Yeah, like, hey, come over, baby. I'm gonna.
He's banging her. That's the insinuation, though,
yeah.
like that they had a date or something, and maybe they banged.
Right, like I think they banged. It's like, it's
there
like,
were drinks.
It's an interview, like literally,
What?
and it was a multiple hour interview. It wasn't something that was just like 10 minutes in and out. They were there for a very, very, very long time. So eventually it's like, okay, shit, I'm hungry. Like, and Dr. Curry probably didn't know how long it was going to go. She probably didn't eat beforehand. Shows up, was like, hey, if we're going to go for like 4 or 5 hours, like I'm kind of hungry. Like, can we get some food? Which is normal. And I've gone out to so many business lunches that have been much more schwarmy in terms of people trying to wine and dine you to get you to do unethical stuff. And I'm like, look, it's going to take you more than Applebee's and a margarita to lift these ethical pantaloons off of me. I think the you could see that she was offended. You could see that she was pissed off because that's calling her ethics into question.
Yes, exactly.
And coming from Elaine, it's just like LOL.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean, Elaine has already used some unethical trial tactics, made some unethical insinuations.
Yes, yes.
And I know people have said, oh, well, can she get punished? Can she get sued? No. The standard for ineffective assistance of counsel is so bad that even times when people show up in court drunk, that's not ineffective assistance of counsel. Ineffective assistance of counsel is essentially a claim that you have such a bad lawyer that you did not get good enough like representation in court. Essentially, the courts have said as long as you have a body that's breathing and technically past the bar, you're good. Like that's the level.
That's so bad.
It's real. It's
no,
real bad.
and Elaine is just her behavior, her conduct is so unbecoming. She's like argued with the judge at times, and a really just I couldn't believe it myself that she's like, well, I would say I'm allowed to do that. It's like, what? It's not your decision. This isn't your courtroom. What are you doing?
And it's the thing is her arguments are just like speaking arguments. They're not based on the law. They're not based on anything else. They're just like Elaine's saying it so, and therefore it's got to be so. It's really weird. It's
She feels like so.
Yeah, I feel like what if any? Good question. MIT asks, can a judgment be discharged under Chapter 7? Yes, it is possible for a judgment to be discharged of Chapter 7. So Chapter 7, guys, for those who don't know, Chapter 7 is one of the many forms of bankruptcy. There are 2 forms of bankruptcy for individuals and 2 forms for corporations. The corporate bankruptcy actually is a lot better and works more efficiently than the individual bankruptcy, which is why a lot of times for high net worth individuals, you carry most of your assets as part of a corporation, and then you can just roll with that corporation if you fuck up. Now, Amber Heard's life is a dumpster fire, so I'm not sure whether she set up appropriate protective, measures and trusts and groups and LLCs and other things to protect her assets. But that being said, it's possible. So if she goes to bankruptcy, which is essentially hitting the reset button, it is possible. However, she may have to pay out a portion of it. So they're going to look at her total assets, and they're going to, take this in terms of seniority of her debts. They're going to look at the judgment and say, okay, how much of that can she pay out, right? If we liquidate her assets, because they'd be liquidating her assets in that case.
Jeez. Bankruptcies aren't fun.
Of course, I don't know what Amber Heard has to her name because Johnny Depp sold the houses. She didn't get a house. She got the money. that's really what she got. So other than the money, I'm not sure what Amber Heard has. So we'd find out in bankruptcy court. Nikki Poundtown said Amber wouldn't even get the role to play herself in a motion picture of Bed Knobs and Heard.
Oh, felt it.
What did the TMZ guy accomplish? Here's what he accomplished. He accomplished establishing that it was Amber Heard that sent the video, or someone who was sending it on Amber Heard's behalf.
Exactly.
That's it.
He didn't say it explicitly, but that is 100% the implication. It had to have been when he described the timeline, how quickly they were able to get the video out there. That means they didn't have to take the time to, what do you say, like triple check the source. That means they got it from the copyright owner, the source. He said
the source.
minutes.
And who's the source? Oh, wait. Oh, yes, that's Amber.
It
right?
would be the
Amber's
person
source.
filming it. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, exactly. So I mean, that's why this one is such a questionable situation. It also shows that she was kind of abusing the legal process, because she released that. She shouldn't have released that until trial, right? And also she released that to mess with her. I think she was around the TRO timing. So once again, she's using those videos to influence public sentiment and also to damage Johnny Depp. She released that strategically, paired along with when he was going to do Alice in Wonderland, when he was getting considered for all these, doing the tour for Alice in Wonderland or Alice Through the Looking Glass, and all these other films being considered for them.
Daughter's birthday, same day that Alice Through the Looking Glass was coming out. That's how malicious, vindictive, and nasty she is. She did that on purpose.
100%.
For maximum damage to him.
100%. 100%.
She's a sick puppy.
4 Doors More meme. 4 Doors S'mores says, to my favorite YouTube channel, keep up the good vibes. 100%. We like to have fun over here in Legal Mindset, and I appreciate you guys coming over and having some fun with us. TJ said, Christina is back. Okay, Andrew, I guess you're right too. You know I jest. You both rock. Always unbreaded. Appreciate it, guys. We keep it very, like, the base level is over 9,000 on this channel. You know that right now.
It's true.
Constant van der Westhuizen says,
I like that name.
From is that Zaire 140 says, is Christina using a CRT monitor?
What does that mean?
Cathode ray tube is CRT, but
I
don't
no
know.
clue what that means.
If there's a CRT monitor like in front of you, I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I've got a camera in front of me.
Yeah, is your monitor some like old school monitor? Is it like a new school?
No,
Okay.
This is a Lenovo Legion laptop.
Okay.
That's it.
That's all, guys. That's all.
That's it, guys. Some really low tech, cheap stuff going on here.
I appreciate it. We keep it simple here on the Legal Mindset. Dr. Curry was fabulous. Love the TMZ guy. Metadata was great. Even the freaking custom agent all proves Johnny's case. I hope the jury gives her $2 and 49.8 and John D. No, I hope the jury, I agree with you, but I hope the jury gives 0 to Amber, tosses out her counterclaims, like completely throws them out, and awards to Johnny. I think that would be justice in this case.
Well, I think she's lost those counterclaims. I mean, what do you think? With Walter Hamada basically saying, like, she was never fired from Aquaman 2. She made that up.
Yeah, I think that's her damages. Her theory of damages is nuked. So yes. I just don't see her being able to recover at all. I already said this. I put out a video at the end on Friday that said it's over. Her counterclaims are dismissed. I mean, I stand by that because there's no facts. We haven't seen a single fact that supports her counterclaims so far. And Amber has no more witnesses. She has nobody else to call. She has nothing to buttress it. And because not only did she not present a theory of her own case, literally everybody from Johnny Depp's side on rebuttal has nuked her from orbit. They have just absolutely devastated. We had Richard Marks, who definitely knows his shit, tearing that apart. Walter Hamada from the Warner Brothers. Oh, he's a fucking goat. And he just came out and said Catherine Arnold is a fucking joke. Doesn't know what she's talking about. Like, she's not done anything actually, which is so true.
Her assessment isn't worth the paper it's written on.
No.
She constructed a house of cards based on nothing. I'm like, yes, you love to see it.
So perfect. So perfect.
That was amazing.
Sugar Angel Steph says, how's her homeowner insurance paying her legal fees? It's not. I don't know what, guys, I have no clue. So everybody, so this is something that's been trickling in. I'll tell you what, guys, if you want to send me to my Twitter, send me any proof of a homeowner's policy. I haven't actually seen a policy. So if you actually have proof of a policy, send it to me. I haven't seen a policy. Here's the thing. A homeowner's insurance policy is not going to fucking cover legal fees. Even an umbrella policy won't cover this type of legal fees. I talked about this with Valiant Renegade. He may jump on a little bit later, but we both have done insurance for large corporations. We've done, into high net worth. I've worked with high net worth individuals. This is not something that's covered by a policy. It might be covered by a super ultra wealthy policy, a Jeff Bezos level policy, if you went to an underwriter and said, write me a custom policy. But I don't even think Amber Heard has enough money for that. And frankly, I don't think that anybody would ever cover her for this because it's so egregious. You don't usually cover people for making defamatory statements. It's just not covered by insurance. So I hope that kind of puts that one to bed there, guys. But thank you for the super chat. Miss Ashcroft says she also called TMZ to take pictures of her right cheek as she left the courthouse the day she got TRO. Yeah. She told them, hey, I'm going to come out of the courtroom, turn, take a picture of my cheek.
She's such a little snot. Yeah. And then you saw Elaine trying to claim that, oh, well, did you know Johnny's divorce lawyer had really close ties to TMZ at that time? Yeah, because I'm sure Johnny's lawyers are going to call TMZ and tip them off to Amber coming out of the courthouse with a bruise on her face. I'm sure Johnny's attorneys are going to send a video of him that is designed to make him look unstable, and Amber look perfect, that she filmed. And then she's there snickering at the end. I mean, come on. That was such a stupid argument from Elaine. I don't know what she thought she was accomplishing with that insinuation, but I guess she just had nothing.
Oh, well, for a lot of these witnesses, Elaine has had nothing and she's just reaching, right? Yes. She's just reaching. Same thing with Dr. Mommy, the insinuation about the dinner. Yeah. That, I feel like that was a desperation move and it makes her look like a petty bitch. And by the way, it's a juxtaposition of old bitchy cat lady Elaine versus affable, likable, hot Dr. Curry, right? That's right. And by the way, guys, I've said it before. I know on some other channels, people are like, man, we shouldn't be looking at their relative attractiveness. Man, it shouldn't matter. What? I'm like, but it's like, no. I mean, seriously.
There are actually studies about this, though, that people are more inclined to believe somebody that is attractive than someone that isn't. There's been studies where they have, they've had people say something, and one person's ugly, one person's attractive, and then they score the believableness, and people always tend to believe a more attractive person. For some reason, they look at beauty and they think you're smart, you have your shit together. They give it some authority. It does matter in a courtroom setting when you have jurors and people who are judging things. We don't like to think that it does, but it does matter.
Yeah, maybe you're in your theoretical perfect world, right? Your blank slate equal world where everybody is 100% equal. Maybe it shouldn't, right? You can make that theoretical, hypothetical argument, but whether or not it should or shouldn't, it does. And we have to take these things on this channel, right? I talk to you guys about the facts. I don't really give a fuck about the feelings here. People, oh, this feels wrong, or I feel like, no. We're talking about objectivity and facts here. We can deal with the feelings about it later, that we can have that argument separately from this. But in this courtroom, I can just say the jury, based on everything we've heard, has taken very positively to all of Johnny Depp's experts, which have generally been affable, more presentable. You can debate the attractiveness. I mean, Mr. Metadata guy, I mean, maybe he's, hot for Christina, but I think most people weren't thinking that way. But but you look at Amber's witnesses, and they're freaking, they're a freak show, right? I mean, you see the Dr. Spiegel who's doing this lip thing, like, it's this weird thing he's doing with his mouth. Everybody's looking at him as he's doing that. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? You got Dr. Karen, who was horrible. You have Catherine Arnold, versus Marks. I mean, she looks like a joke. I mean, all of their experts just looked bad. And that, I think, is playing through here. CB Haas says, to Christina's point, her day of reckoning will also be May 27th. Yes, very true. Richard Bakken said all the photos that Team Amber Heard had submitted were changed, confirmed the specialist at the end. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's the thing, is that they probably allowed them. So here's what happened, guys. They probably had a conversation about authentication and the editing. And they said, look, we're going to let the data, we're going to let the photos in, but you get to bring in an expert that says the photos are bullshit. So that was the way they dealt with that. They split that baby. They allowed the photos in, but then they said, okay, you get an expert that can say the photos are bullshit, which is good.
Yeah.
Casey, welcome to the membership. Appreciate that. Obviously, Christina is a very persuasive grifter. Thank you so much, Christina.
Yes.
But now, Casey, you have access to the emojis, everything else. Also, I do members exclusive posts from time to time where I'm just putting out content for members to give a thank you to you guys. In fact, I'll probably do a thank you video after this trial is over, just because so many of you subscribed, and I want to send a special thank you to you. Am I allowed to simp for Christina? She's gorgeous. I'll allow it. I'll allow it on the stream. Just the stream. Just today. Just today. She's earned her waifu points today. Today she's okay. How do you feel about Amber Heard's rebuttal? Think it will make a statement or bring on more liars? I mean, Amber Heard doesn't really get a rebuttal here, so there's no rebuttal. So Amber Heard doesn't get to bring up more witnesses. All she can do is cross at this point. So their time for witnesses is over. Amber Heard's time for witnesses is over. She's got cross-examination of whatever's going down today, and then closing. That's it. That's all. Then it's over. Ollie said, TMZ got confirmed the suspicion that Amber staged it, and therefore it was a hoax. From the moment his mom died and he brought up the voice she planned. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
I mean, it's clear she's a psycho,
so
and that's what psychos do, right? Psychos plan stuff through like that. And she thought it was the perfect master plan to drop this on the day, the day the mom died, when, the launch of the movie, when he's getting maximum amount of press. And they even talked about that. That's a strategy that people use to get press exposure, is you drop it on the day, on a concurrent day, you drop bad news about somebody. So there's a movie release. You put the dirt out on the movie release. Since it's trending and their name is trending, that's going to come up.
Yep.
Ryan Garrity says, how does closing argument work, and what do you anticipate? Oh, very good. So here's how it's going to work. Johnny's team is going to get to go first. So they're making the claim here. They brought the complaint. So they're going to go first. They're going to probably have a time limit. I think it's probably going to be 2 hours each. So they usually give them the ability to allocate that. Typically, if it's a regular scenario, so because I'm answering typically, there could be some deviation here, right? So let's say it's 2 hours each. The complainant side, so essentially Johnny's side, might say, okay, we're going to do 1 hour and 30 minutes for our main argument. So the go first will do 1 hour and 30 minutes, and the reserve 30 minutes. So then Amber's side gets 2 hours. They go all 2 hours, and then Johnny's side gets 30 minutes to rebut what Amber said. So they'll come back and specifically focus on negating it. And now what a lot of lawyers do is they kind of fuck up. They don't negate what the other side said during their closing, but that's the biggest mistake. And I don't think they're going to make that mistake, particularly if Camille does the closing. If she does, and they could break it up. Camille could do the rebuttal. And if Camille does that, I think she'd be fantastic, because she would just come in and be like, they said this, that's a lie. Elaine said this, that's a lie. Because remember, I believe Elaine is doing the closing for Amber's side. And that will be the worst thing ever, and it will be so glorious. It will be so glorious. I mean, I usually do like how not to do an opening, how not to do a closing, and by a lot of these bad attorneys, but this is going to set the bar for bad closings if it is Elaine.
Oh, God. You know it.
Samantha Bogg says, listening to you during work hours is bellissima. Super fan from New Zealand. Keep up the hilarity. Hey, appreciate it, Severa. Appreciate keeping you entertained during work wherever you are in the world, whether you're in, New Zealand, Australia, whether you're in the US, UK. I am permanently doing a super early morning show, because I get a lot of love from Australia, the UK, New Zealand, and I want to keep that up. And also over here in Asia, a 6 p.m. show is easy for me. So I am happy to do that. And I think it helps everybody out who's on a different side of the world. So I enjoy that. I'll be continuing to do that even after this trial. I see Amber Heard using rebuttal for her Johnny Depp moment. She can use the closing for that moment. I mean, but I don't think she's going to get that, right? I just don't think she's going to get that. Oh, is Tug in the chat? Hold on. I'm going to send Tug the link because I see people shouting Tug. But if he is in the chat, hold on. I'll send him the link here. I'll send Homeboy Tug a link if he's like on and just chilling, and can jump on. Let's see. Where's this Thug? All right. I mean, and shout out to Tug too, because he's been absolutely killing it. And also he's been called out more than anybody during this show.
Yeah, that is just crazy. Her attorneys keep talking about him. They can't help themselves. They brought up Laura B and a couple other people, but they cannot stop talking about and spurging over that umbrella guy. They're sneaking about it.
He is living rent free in their head, like 100%, like living rent free in their head. If only the jury could say you're both liable and must do a remake of War of the Roses. Honestly, though, I wouldn't put Johnny. I mean, to be completely serious, after all he's gone through, I wouldn't put him through one more hour of being with Amber. I mean, he needs to be moving on with this, dealing with this, the sexy Russian girl that he met apparently, or what was that? Who's this girl? Oh, it's Vanessa Paradis, right? Is that his new girlfriend?
That's his ex-wife.
Oh, that's his ex-wife?
That's his ex-wife.
Who's he seeing right now?
Who is she? We need to know.
Yeah, I don't know who he's with right now.
We need to know. The chat must know.
Yeah, we got to know who Johnny Depp is banging because he said there's got a Russian girl. So I was like, all right, Johnny, all right. Amber Heard gets rebuttal due to her kind of. Oh, I forgot about. Okay, that's true. So, but the point is that she's got very limited time here, guys. So
that's true.
She's not going to be able to do much. She's got 1 hour. 1 hour. Also, good question from Jonathan. When do you sleep? Never. I've been just taking what I call aggressive naps. So like 2 to 3 hour times when I'll just die and then get back up. I love this. Ollie says, legal mindset. Just to let you know, I'm dirty Irish and I would beat up Ricky. Oh, hilarious. Christina's Florida Farmer 49 says, Christina's voice is so sexy that I actually listened to her tell me about her day if we were married. Also, link her channel in the description.
Oh, that's so cute.
And Christina's a Florida. The thing is, I knew I liked Christina because we're both from South Florida. Yes. And so there's a certain level of sketchiness that goes along with being from South Florida, a certain amount of like low level, high level, low key, high key drug use and shenanigans and alcohol and sex that goes down in Florida. So she knows about it. We don't need to talk about it because she knows about it and she knows what's up. Like I know what was going on in Palm Beach and what was happening there.
And I know what was going down in Miami.
And who was going down in Miami. Phil Hartman's wife, like Amber, wanted fame. I don't know much about Phil Hartman's wife. Do you know much about Phil Hartman's wife? Yeah, so I don't know, but there's a lot of Amber.
Sherry.
Yeah, let me put it this way. There's a lot of Ambers out there. And the point of this trial is that Amber Heard is not in isolation. There are people like Amber out there. The reason why this is so triggering to people is because there are monsters out there like Amber. And yes, there are men like Amber and there are women like Amber, right? But I think the surprising thing to a lot of people is seeing a woman like Amber. I think there are women who have legitimately, I do really believe, Christina, that there are some women that have never seen somebody like Amber, and they haven't seen it from a guy's perspective. Because I think people are really taking in Johnny Depp's perspective, and they're saying, oh my God, this is insane. Look at what this woman did to him, and she got away with it. Look at how much she got away with.
Not only did she get away with it, but for years, she paraded herself around like some kind of victim. I don't know if you've seen it. There was a video of her from 2018 where she was brought up on stage at some event in California, and she was so drunk. Her voice, it just was like real raspy and stuff. And she's like dancing around half naked, telling people to go out and vote and like acting like she's the big Me Too person, right? This was for the midterms. Amber drunk as hell. Oh my God, it was so weird. But yeah, I mean, that's what people thought, and she got to say everything she wanted to say. Johnny kept quiet for a while. People just assumed he was this wife beater. And then, of course, what happened in the UK, in that case, people don't understand that it was not a case between him and her. It was him and the son, and there are different laws in the UK. So they keep trying to use that to say, well, she won already in the UK. No, not the same thing.
That was ridiculous. And literally the objection was this is a legal testimony because you cannot draw the inference that you've already had a day in court. I mean, honestly, I want to be completely honest with you. I'm shocked the judge even let it get that far with the inference because I think the inference is impermissible. I think the judge, I think honestly, I'm going to say one thing. I think that today the judge was leaning towards Amber in her rulings. I think the judge was the most favorable to Amber that she's ever been. And if we saw one thing, it's that I think the judge, at a certain point, the judge has some ego involved and the judge is afraid of an appeal. So she's being extra favorable to Amber here. And I think that's potentially problematic. But speaking of somebody who's favorable to, well, not Amber, but the facts, is my good friend Valiant Renegade. Valiant, how's it going?
Yes.
It's always the facts and always the numbers. What's up, Andrew? What's up, Christina?
Good to see you. Have you gotten your sleep in? How are your kids doing?
I did actually manage to get a decent little bit of sleep tonight because I didn't get up for some guy's 4:30 a.m. crazy ass show. And I actually did. And I don't know, Christina, I don't know if YouTube tagged you in this, but I actually clipped the moment when Elaine got busted with DWI guy in the background with the whoa, I clipped your video of that and I put it out on my channel. Yeah, I put it on Twitter. So I had never really clipped and retweeted that before, so I really didn't know what I was doing. So I hope it tagged you. So I don't know, but it was from your channel.
Thank you. That's so cool.
Yeah.
This is the part of the community, guys. We're all tagging each other. We're all clipping each other. I mean, and
it sounds super gay, but
yeah. I would say hashtag no homo, but you clipped Christina, so I mean, I think that's okay. We're fucking based at this channel.
That's
all
it.
right, so,
why not? Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get the super chat here. Judge Ascanati said when they adjourned today that Johnny has one more witness and Amber gets a rebuttal on her counterclaim, but she only has 1 hour. So let me be very clear. That's different than being able to rebut in general. Rebutting a counterclaim is it's a super narrow scope. Super narrow scope. So literally, for Amber, she's got to be able to prove one of the elements of her counterclaim. She's not just going to be able to put Amber on the stand. Amber's going to get up and talk about anything. That's not permitted on a rebuttal for a counterclaim. It's literally just, okay, you need to get up there and tell us about the counterclaim, because at this point, it's very possible the judge can still throw out that claim or give an instruction to the jury that, they really can't consider facts that would allow them to process that claim or allow them to rule on that claim. So it's possible that could get just thrown out by the judge. Frankly, I don't think the jury will buy the counterclaim because I think the theory of damages has been so thoroughly nuked. It's just so crazy. I mean, like Valiant, we talked about Marks, we talked about Hanada. I think the damages element alone has been blown out of the water. It's completely speculative. It's not based in any theory that's grounded or rational. It's just all hyper speculation.
Yeah.
Rex Racer says, plot twist. It's Elaine. It was Elaine that pooped the bed, guys.
No.
Oh my God. Jay Daniel says, Legal Mindset and Christina have more chemistry going on than a meth lab. By the way, Amber sucks. Well, see, that's the part. That's why we're from Florida, so meth lab is part of the chemistry we're very familiar with and enjoy. So thank you for that super chat, Jay Daniel.
You love to see it,
it's the meth show, folks. Welcome to Happy Hour.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, guys. You just got to keep it real down here. We got another one here from Old Drill Sergeant, one of my OGs. How's it going, OG? Old Drill Sergeant, good to see you in the chat. He's been around for a long time. So I got no credit for Maker's Mark joke I fed to you today on Nick's stream. Bro, if you feed it on Nick's stream, Nick is responsible for reading it. Okay, so I have no control over Nick. I can't control that man. Have you seen that nose? I can't pocket that nose. It's too big.
No, look,
Oh.
I sent in like a $50 super chat to Nick today, and it was 5 hours later when he finally read it. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
and it's nothing. No,
Poor
I mean, I'm saying this. I'm
Can't
not
get salty.
upset.
Can't get salty.
Yeah, no, I'm not. It's
No,
nothing
no.
personal. It's just he's got so. I mean,
Thousands
do you
of
understand the number of
people.
super chats that man gets?
Yeah.
And it's like he just can't keep up, especially with an ongoing trial. So
Yeah.
don't feel
Right.
bad.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've had people. Okay, so about this homeowners, I'm gonna just deal with it because some of you hit me up on Twitter, and I also saw someone added me and said right here, and actually I can share my screen over here. So someone said this real quick that this like water boxer tagged me and said Mark Garagos is 100% certain an insurance policy is paying for a defense. He mentioned this again on his podcast with Adam Carolla, Reasonable Doubt. I don't know if he knows what the fuck he's talking about insurance policies, but this should, like, once again, we mentioned this. It's going to have to be a super custom policy that will be really weird. It's not a standard thing that's included in a policy. I just don't know where he's getting that information. And other people have forwarded me, oh, well, it's speculation. Okay, that's fine. And they said, okay, well, there's other cases where personal injury is covered by homeowners insurance. This is not personal injury.
Yeah. No.
This is defamation. It's a different thing than personal injury categorically. It's not like you're being injured and you can't work. That's not the same thing. So
No.
I don't know if this man knows what the fuck he's talking about, frankly. And I'm not going to impugn him. I don't know him. I don't know who Mark Garagos is. I don't know what his background is. I don't know anything about him. But all I do is I know insurance policies. I haven't heard anything about this. You know, Valiant's a guy in the finance world. He hasn't heard anything about this. So if it does exist, it's weird.
I've been an insurance producer for nearly 20 years. I mean, now, granted, most of what I have done has been on the life, health, disability, long-term care side. However, I have been licensed for property and casualty now for about 8 years. I don't do too much of it, but I can tell you just from the basic elements, homeowners policies, even personal liability umbrellas. I mean, this level of case. Defamation is kind of one of those weird issues. The whole concept, the reason why a good insurance agent is going to try to talk to their clients about a personal umbrella is to protect them from, just as Andrew just said, it's a liability issue that stems generally from personal injury. It's something that, like, if you get into a hyper bad car accident, or if you get into an issue where somebody walks onto your property, your home, or your commercial property and has a major accident and suffers, lots of physical damages, or something happens or whatever, it's to cover that and any kind of damages that arise from that. Defamation is it's a legally, in the case of insurance, it's a very abstract type of case. This is not something that these type of policies are typically set up to cover, especially not in the amounts that we're talking about here. So
Yeah.
The fact that, people think that, oh, well, this is all getting covered under some personal liability umbrella like that she bought from State Farm, I would be shocked to see that. I really would.
Yeah, I mean that would be really, really, really egregious.
Yeah.
I just think it would be really weird. That's be really weird. Guys, apparently I blew past some of the super chats, so let me catch the ones that I blew. I went back to my background log here because this thing was flying fast. IFID says the cure for my symptoms equals Dr. Curry and Camille. So
Yes.
that is a solution to all simpery here.
Yes.
Appreciate that one, IFID. Storm Dancer says, I loved it when the judge asked Johnny Depp to not break anything on his way out for lunch and they laughed about it. Did you guys catch that?
What?
Wait, say that again?
So apparently, this is the super chat. I'll read it. Loved it when the judge asked Johnny Depp not to break anything on his way to lunch and they laughed.
I missed
Okay,
that.
I caught a comment about breaking anything, but I didn't know who they were speaking to. So I guess they're speaking to Johnny Depp.
I did hear, I think, well, you were still on Nick's show at that time. And I do remember somebody on the panel making that comment that the judge had just said something like that. I didn't catch what it was in reference to.
And then there was, so there was like, don't break anything. And then like, I thought they were honestly, like, we joked about it being Amber, right? Like, hey, Amber, don't go fucking crazy, Amber, you crazy bitch.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Don't
of course,
swear.
that wasn't it. That wasn't it. In reality, it would not be that, right? They wouldn't like call Amber out like that. She'd have a
Right.
meltdown. But
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I'd say melt the bitch down.
speaking of melting the bitch down, John Carbello says she'll be working at Deja Vu Strip in Flint, Michigan.
Oh, true.
ASMR gives me brain tingles. Says, how do we know? How does Elaine know about the Johnny Depp dinner and drinks in the first place? Did Dr. Muffins have to reveal this meeting in paperwork? Just wondering. Deposition. So they probably revealed it in the deposition. It probably came out like, oh, I went over there for thing. Oh, you went over there. Oh, well, what happened? Oh, well, we went over there. We had food, this and that, and it probably was explained innocuously, but then she drilled in on it, right?
Yeah.
It was an interview, the same way that any professional, be it an attorney, be it a financial planner or somebody, we all meet with clients for interviews to find out, can we be of service to you?
Do you sometimes have alcohol at those meetings?
That has, especially New Orleans. Are you kidding? Yeah.
I was going to say, as a lawyer, like, and this is especially common for lawyers. We have clients and groups, especially these, oh my God, these legal services. Let me tell you about these legal service hosts.
Yeah. So
they literally, these are these services that give you like papers and copies when you're going to court.
Oh, they're so cute.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, because I used to be a paralegal and I remember them bringing baskets in and freaking candies and stuff. I love those girls.
They will also, if they know that the partners are male, they will have some big titty blondes in there, like, waifuing up to these partners and like bouncing around, giving them beers, giving them drinks and stuff like that. Yep. And you are wined and dined, liquored up all the time. This is like, it's so obvious that they're trying to influence you. This is not what Dr. Curry was doing here at all whatsoever.
No. And the fact that it was 3 to 4 hours is also nothing unusual. I mean, oftentimes, I had 2 new clients that I met with last week, and both of those sit downs were, one of them was 2.5 hours and the other one was 3. I mean, that's kind of normal because you're meeting for the first time. You're getting to know each other. You're getting to find out, do you have a situation where I can help you? And from the client perspective, they are trying to ascertain, am I as a professional able to help them? And that takes time. It's literally, it's like a cold getting to know you kind of situation. So the fact that she was there for 3 or 4 hours, it was in the afternoon to evening. Yes. I mean, you're with somebody, you're going to have dinner at some point. You're going to have lunch at some point. You're going to eat. Okay, I'm hungry. Hey, and Johnny got up and said, well, hey, how about I order dinner for everybody so we can sit down and finish this conversation?
That's a reasonable thing to do. That
is one of the most common practices in any business relationship that you could possibly imagine. Right. And if it was in the evening, if they poured a bottle of wine or something like that, again, I mean, like,
normal.
Most business lunches in New Orleans are held over drinks at Commander's Palace.
I always had drinks for my lunches when I would have a lunch with a client. We would go out and get drinks. That was part of it. It's just a schmoozing thing. Like, that's what you do, right? Yes. And we're not getting shit-faced. Like, we're not like,
exactly.
It's not we're having like 1 or 2 drinks.
You have a cocktail, right?
Max. She had, and the whole fucking mule thing and trying to make it about the alpacas. That was
so dorky too. Dorky Elaine. What was she thinking?
Trying to pretend she doesn't know what a Moscow mule is. I mean, get the fuck out of here. Like,
they are overplaying this to the point of. But look, it goes, in my opinion, I think it goes to show clearly Amber's team is at a very high level of desperation at this point. And no, I'm serious. And they are absolutely trying to grab onto anything they can. And look, we saw it today with what I think at least 2 witnesses, or no, the witness yesterday from the Trailer Palace, and then today, guy from TMZ, where Elaine was like, well, you're just here because you know this is a famous trial, and you know there's cameras in the courtroom, and you want your 15 minutes of fame. And it finally torched her ass, and it was so funny. I put up that shot.
That was amazing.
Of DUI guy with the whoa. I mean, it's on Twitter. I'm like, because she just got, but this is my point, is that this is how bad Amber's team is getting at this point. They have nothing left at the tank.
Yeah.
They are getting burned hard right and left. And I mean,
Mhm.
and you don't have to be as a lay person, at least from the legal perspective, you don't have to be an expert to see this. You just have to be an analytical person, which is, I mean, analysis is what I do for a living. And I'm looking at this and I'm going, I can see this. I can see that this team is just collapsing, and they're going for anything they can at this point. It is desperation mode.
Grasping
Yes,
for straws
exactly.
is an understatement. Like it's,
Yeah.
it's a gross understatement of what they're doing right now.
And you guys
Matt-
saw too, Elaine complain about to Dr. Curry, like, oh, can you keep your answers short? You know, we're short on time here.
Yeah.
Like, what? Whose fault is that, Elaine?
You know,
you.
Johnny was prompted before he got in there today. He's like, well, we can't talk about the case with you, Johnny, but you know what? If you just kind of take your time on those answers and you slow it down even a little more than normal, that'd be great.
That'd be great. Yep. You've got one, and people ask about time, 1 hour. They've got 1 hour left, but it's been said that they're for their counterclaim, specifically the rebuttal on the counterclaim, which is very limited in scope, they'll get a little bit extra time, the judge said. But for the main, you know, for whatever they're doing today in terms of cross-examination, they've got an hour. So if Johnny brings up 4 witnesses, they got 15 minutes each, max. Which Elaine's gonna have to get her shit together. She's gonna have to get those fucking 21 cats under control and do this. Max Mura with 610 Japanese yen say, of course, with an anti-Chinese comment, really on point there, Max. Confucius say, even Chinaman know better than to order expert witness from Wish. Big Rucky number for today and forever is 513-8008, 513-8008, 513-8008.
Oh
Yes,
my
thank you.
goodness, we
Did
love
you
to
see- I'm
see
going to
it.
send you this. I don't know if you saw this, but yeah,
You, Max.
I know where that came from. Yeah,
You know where it came from? Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay.
I'm going to send it to you.
Anita Taylor, interesting. I heard Johnny Depp gets rebuttal time. Yes, we established that. Vernon Copeland, this judge always sides with gossip or drama. Doesn't matter what side. TMZ guy didn't even get scolded for nuking Cat Lady. He shouldn't have been. She opened herself up to that. Like she literally opened herself. She played herself on that question. She asked a 15 minutes of fame question. He answered. He's like, the same applies for you. Just because it happened to be funny, that was actually still an answer. It's a very valid answer to her question because it's ridiculous presumption. It's ridiculous. Like very, very ridiculous.
I'm going to send you the highlight in a private chat here. Hang on a second.
Okay, was that the? It's not the.
Go to the second one.
The Tom Connors one or the?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one here, I'm going to show this. I'll pull this over here. So
The second one's just the blow up of it.
This one right here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. Go back.
Oh god, I don't want to see that.
It's like yeah. It's like
That one.
Yeah, there
the
we go.
psychologist, the psychologist who ordered what you got from Wish. I've seen this one. I've
Yes.
seen this one. But it's the same thing for this. It's like,
Look
it's
at
like
his face though. Like what
you
is
wanted,
he doing with his mouth, his chin?
what you
is coming off
wanted, what
his
you
face?
got. You know
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's a huge
Couldn't that be worse?
disparity.
It's ridiculous. And it's
Yeah.
look here. We're
It's
not
so cringe. I can't even look at this. It's so
we're not
cringe.
just being superficial, to be fair. The disparity between the intellectual
I'm being
prowess
superficial,
on the
but also
stand
substantial. Yeah.
is significant.
Yeah.
It's night and day.
Yeah. It's the difference in terms of the quality of their testimony, everything else, in addition to their physical appearance, right? Like
Yes.
that was just like the icing on top because the answers that Spiegel gave were not credible or believable. Nobody's going to believe you when you act like a slimy little worm on the stand and you're talking about like legal principles of expert witnesses.
Yeah.
Tam Tam says, why didn't Johnny's team bring Johnny Depp to the stand after Amber Heard's time had run out? Make him last so at least her attorneys can't cross him. Make him last so her attorneys can't cross him. I don't know. Oh, I get what you're saying. So bring him last. I don't know. A lot of people actually were commenting on that. I know Nate the lawyer and Ian commented on that about bringing Johnny Depp being an unforced error. So let me ask you guys, what did you think? Did you think that bringing Johnny Depp to the stand was an error, or do you think it was okay? What do you think about that?
I don't think it was an error. I mean, I think there were some points where he did not do well. He didn't do as good today as he did previously. And I got to be there in the courtroom and observe him in person the first time. And he seemed like he wasn't stuttering as much today. He was stuttering a little bit. And he just kind of seemed less I don't know, composed. He was funnier last time too. He was sort of joking around more. I don't know, but I don't think it was that bad for him either. I mean, I saw some people spurging about it, like, oh God, no, Johnny, you're ruining, I don't think he ruined anything. I mean, I think people by now, the jury included, have a feel for how he is, how he talks, the way he conveys, his stories and stuff. But there were some points where, like with some of the text messages, like we know you called her a cum guzzler. Let's be real.
but
we
also,
know you wrote that.
Okay, but Christina, that's also fucking hilarious. Like, let's also be real right now. Like the 50-cent stripper, the 50-cent cum guzzling stripper, like that is pretty fucking funny.
And he was right. She did hit the fucking wall hard.
Like no lies detected in that response. Like I know it doesn't sound nice out of context because they're taking it completely out of context. They're taking it completely out of context of like the day it was on, what she was doing, how fucked up is it the day your mother dies? Think about your mother dying, right? Think about your mom dies, right? Your mom who loves you, whatever, your whole life, she's a great mom, whatever. You love your mom. And because it's a debate whether Johnny's mom was actually great. But let's say you care about her, because I think it's undisputed that Johnny, regardless of what happened, still cared about his mom. His mom dies. On that day, your partner, who you've trusted in the past, whatever, does the worst thing possible, right? Divorces you, hits you with the TRO, does something dramatic. I would feel that way too, right? If I was with somebody and they hit me with that, they blindsided me on literally the worst day of my life. Yeah. I mean, I would feel
and it seems like she deliberately held it until after that, like right after that. Yeah. I mean, what do you expect? And I think the only thing they really caught him on today, I don't want to, well, maybe that's a poor choice of words, but they caught him off guard, but for apparently now that we know, understandable reason with the whole, were these your text messages thing? And as it seems to have been determined, the most egregious of those texts. Like he said, no, that was my text when I was talking about to somebody related to, she's meanie poo-poo pants and she probably shouldn't be at Warner Brothers anymore. But the other one about
but I mean, look, you're allowed to call
the
somebody.
Molly thing. I mean, that wasn't his text. And not even his team caught that. It wasn't his text. They pulled those from his phone and the damn thing says incoming on it. I'm like, well, if it's incoming, that means it's not outgoing from him.
Somebody else wants Molly's pussy. It's not Johnny.
There was 4 people on that group text. 4. According to the pictures they showed, there were 4 names and numbers on the side. Now, they redacted those. Well, they forgot to redact them before they put them up.
Yeah, that was bad. That was really bad. They pretty much doxed somebody.
Good job, Team Amber.
Television.
Did it again.
To millions of people. I saw 4chan where someone's like, is that Amber's number? I want to send a dick pic. And I'm like,
you know they don't have the same phone numbers anymore. You know they damn sure change those things.
No. Yeah, you change your numbers.
The point is, I'm like, okay, well, he clearly, obviously, I believed it when he was looking at it and he was totally confused. I believed that he was confused. And then when everybody caught the fact that, okay, it's incoming, so it can't be his text. Well, that's why he looked completely perplexed, is because it was a group chat. And he never said that. How many group chats, people out there watching right now, seriously, how many group texts have you gotten sucked into and they're hell? Okay.
Oh God. So
how many of those do you actually look at and even much less remember?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mute the notifications on some of them because you got 15 people in there. Like
you try to get out of those things. It's the 9th circle of Dante's hell. You cannot get out of those damn things.
I do not want to be invited ever to a group text. I mean, honestly, I'll even call out LawTube. Even our Twitter DM that now has like ridiculous amount of people is it's too busy. I love everybody there, but I put it on mute. I put it on mute because I don't want it digging, like I don't want
you
it's
get
distracting.
Notifications all
Can
day.
they bring that up tomorrow and say, hey, look, Judge, we kind of caught something that's a discrepancy here. This is not Johnny's text, and it says it right here in the evidence. Can they go back on this at this point?
Yeah. I mean, they can attack it. Yeah, Johnny has the ability to attack it today. If he's got a witness that can attack it, he can do that. Right,
okay.
He can go after the authenticity of these.
Can his legal team petition the judge and say, like, wait, this was presented in evidence, and
no, if it's admitted in evidence, it's done. All they can do at this point, if it's in evidence, they're fucked. The only thing they can do is bring in a witness to discredit it and get in testimony on the record that, hey, these are coming from somewhere that they're not.
Could they bring it up in closing?
Yeah, they can bring it up in closing.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because it's presented as part of evidence. So they can say, oh, look, that number is here, incoming.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is
the whole thing is here. The incoming tag is part of evidence. They can say, this is an incoming
text.
That's
my point.
An outgoing text.
So they can tell the jury in closing, hey, look,
yes,
you know what?
They could do that. They could do that.
Johnny was confused on the stand, but look, folks, right here, it says incoming. That means that's not his text.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't know what it was.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So they can still cover their ass. All right.
Let me get this one super chat, and then we'll go over to the video with Johnny that you're bringing. Squishy Hunter says, wish me luck as I embark on the intense time of preparing for my technical eval to get my bank examiner certificate. 4 months of studying for 100 questions. LAH Series 6 and 63 didn't have this much stress. Fuck my life.
Oh, it'll be okay.
The 6 is not that bad. Complain when you take the 7 , brother. Been there. I took the 6, the 7, the 63, and the 65.
Valiant over here with zero sympathy. He's like, like me and Christina are like, oh, that sucks. Studying sucks. He's like, stop being such a bitch. Get your shit done. Get good, scrub.
I'm ragging you in a friendly. No, I remember doing my 6. I
He's
get
motivating you.
God bless you. No, look, it's when
what was that? What was that movie with the
6,
drummer?
Get through it, and the 7 is the one.
I love that movie. Oh shit! What was it
What's
called?
the movie? It was J.K. Simmons, right? It was.
I love that
Simmons.
movie.
Whiplash. You're
Yes.
J.K. Simmons from Whiplash. You're the coach for Whiplash.
Oh
Yeah.
god,
Right
that movie when his hands are freaking bleeding and shaking and he just keeps going. I love it.
Yes. That's Valiant right now.
So it's back in the days when NFL players would walk off the field with like a bone sticking out of their arm. They'd be like, "Yeah, I'm good for the next play, coach." I was like, they used to do this. This used to be a thing. They had to make rules about this. About like using broken bones as weapons on the field. It's like now it's like, oh, you got slapped in the face. You can sit out for the next, series of downs because, you're a pussy.
Aww.
It's like, oh my God.
All right. So here's the clip for Johnny.
This is going to be fascinating to see how it plays out. Don't break anything on your way out. Thank you. Don't break anything on your way out. See, I mean, the judge actually, the judge is making jokes with him. So the judge is actually having fun, making light.
So yeah, that's good commentary from Tug too. Like, so that was a clip that
so she was actually talking to him.
Yes. So we're actually talking. So that's a good sign. That's not a bad sign, like at all. The judge is not like pissed at Johnny. Like there's no like bad blood there. It seems like the judge also allowed Johnny, frankly, to get away with a lot of those little clips, the quips that I think for a lot of people they wouldn't get away with.
I know they were
like they did let him get away with a lot of shit. I'm just gonna say it real quick. Like he did get away with some shit. I'm gonna blast with some of these super chats, and then we'll get into the Kate Moss because I want to watch her 4 minutes because it's so short.
It is.
Her testimony is like such a. So we'll watch the little clip of her 4 minutes of fame. Even though she's got much more class than Amber ever will have.
Oh yeah.
Tam, why didn't Johnny's team bring Johnny Depp? Oh no, wait, I gotta get the one right. Castle Moyle says at the end of today, did the judge say what time was left for the two teams? Yeah, about 7 hours for 7 hours for Johnny, 1 hour for Amber. Martin Alua says being an attorney a calling. Amber Heat team sucks versus Johnny Depp. You can tell there's people who are good attorneys, people who are bad attorneys. There's a big fucking difference. So search out if you need an attorney. This shows you this is the bargain bin and this is the premium, right? Like you want to, if it's things that are important in your life, do not skimp on them. If you skimp, you get in a lane, right? Mm-hmm. If you do right, you get a Chew, you get a Camille Vasquez. Like you want to go for the platinum because the result does actually matter. Right? This is something where you do not want to be cheap if you have to go to court. Of course, the real alpha move is to avoid court altogether, right? It's just to avoid court altogether. That's the best thing to do. Sherry Baker says, Phil Hartman's wife was like Amber, wanted fame. Okay, great. Johnny Exley says, I bet you won't look at Amber scribbling the same way. All she's constantly writing down. All work, no play makes Amber a dull girl. All work, no play makes Amber a dull girl.
Do y'all remember? And I'm just curious because I know this is Simpsons, kind of a bit esoteric. Do y'all remember? Do y'all understand the Phil Hartman's wife reference? Right?
Well, here's what. So
No.
there's two other comments here. So Jennifer Douglas for 5 New Zealand says Phil Hartman's wife got jealous when he got more fame than her and killed her. And then another one by Sherry Baker, which says Phil Hartman's wife murdered him, shot him over being jealous, and didn't want him to get her fame. They fought all the time and then shot him, then herself. Yes, I do remember that.
That is when
Oh
Saturday
my
Night Live
goodness.
died in the late 90s when Phil
That was
Hartman.
Andy Dick, right? Because Andy Dick made that comment, and I think was it Mark Levine or whatever, like punched him over it or got in a fight over it.
About Phil Hartman?
About Phil Hartman, because
I don't remember Andy Dick making. But I will never
He
forget.
did.
friends.
I mean, I
They
was
were
an
friends,
SNL
yeah.
90s fan. I mean, that was the David Spade, Adam Sandler. I mean, that was like the second or
The
third
peak
golden
of
age of
SNL.
SNL. Yeah, the second or third golden age of SNL. When Phil Hartman, when his wife killed him and he was gone, I mean, like that is like the marker for SNL when it started going off a cliff.
And now it's just like literally
yeah.
in the drain, like circling
it's
the drain
gone.
repeatedly.
It's gone. It's been gone. Yeah.
Britt Cormier says, you described that sweet summer child Hogue. I've been laughing to myself at his education about how much people like Amber lie. Yeah, that's the thing is I think a lot of people are like so innocent and they like assume people are good. And it's like, no, I don't assume people are good or bad. People are just complicated and you have complicated motivations, right? And just understand people can come from really fucked up backgrounds and that creates fucked up people. And they exist in the world. It's not everybody, but the Ambers do exist. And you'll meet them in the world. And if you're not careful and on the watch for it, you can get absolutely devastated and slaughtered by a person like Amber, particularly if they're coming at you with that crazy poo nanny or that golden D for you ladies out there. Because that's the thing too. No, Christina, I'm being serious. I've actually heard a lot of girls, especially actually like here in Korea, I've actually talked to like, girls that'll be like, oh yeah, there's this guy and he's a fuck boy and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, they're complaining, they'll be complaining. They'll be bitching, right? They'll be like, hey, I hate this guy. He's so annoying, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, then just leave him, right? They'll be like, yeah, but that D. And I'm like, all right, I'm out. I'm out. Yeah.
There's guys now.
No further comment. I'm out.
I hate that
quick,
word.
I need about 5-10 minutes. I got to go do birthday cake with Renegade Jr. It's his birthday today.
Oh
and
my
just
God.
real
Happy
quick,
birthday to your kid, by the way.
No, just real quick. Yellow Flash is in the chat. Hail to Yellow Flash. And everybody out there, please
Flash.
smash that like button.
Yes.
Smack the share button. Send it out. Please help us out here. I think we got 7,000 people in the chat right now. We can get the likes to 3,000. Y'all can do this.
Flash, I'm going to send you the invite because you're not one for one, but I will say if you want to replace Valiant here as he steps out, I'm happy to let you in and you can share in our toxic, misogynist, white nationalist agenda here, supporting Johnny and the facts. I'm sending you by DM, so now you have the invite, bro. So anyways, come on in if you want. All right. Next one here is Roten, who says, 1999, says, I'm invested in this trial because my ex-wife did the same abuse to me and my children and got away with it. I pray Johnny Depp's justice can be my justice. Thank you. And you know what? I pray for all those people out there that didn't get justice, that they see it and the system changes forever to make sure that men are heard and at least considered. Yes. I'm not saying everyone will get justice. That was not going to happen. But at least that people will start hearing them and listening to them and believing them and knowing that these crazy psycho women that are out there, not all women, some women, be very clear about that. Ladies, hear that wrong. These select crazy people are out there and they can ruin your life. And ladies, they can ruin your life too as friends. They will drain you. They will sap you, especially if you're a very nice, caring person. They will prey upon you.
Yes.
So they're a problem as sexual partners and as friends. They're snakes. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And I'll just say I've had my own run-in with a borderline, possibly histrionic lady. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. They'll put the moves on you. They'll try to make out with you.
That's probably, you know what's funny? That's Amber, though, because, I mean, she doesn't really care, right?
No, she is also a bisexual.
Right.
In histrionic people, anyways, like they don't have boundaries. They're hypersexual. They want to be the center of attention, and it doesn't really matter to them, if it's a man or a woman.
It doesn't matter
They
at all.
need that attention. They like literally feed off of it like succubus, like vampires. You know, they have to have drama. They have to be the center of attention. And, you know, with the borderlines, they don't have an identity. So they have to like have somebody they can feed off of and like mirror and stuff. And she's still doing that with Johnny. She's still mirroring his clothing and stuff. It's super fucking weird.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's fucking awkward. Like, it's really awkward. The fact that she's mirroring it. Also, she'll mirror the witnesses. She mirrored Dr. Mommy. I mean, it's just very, 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 very odd. And by the way, Britt, thank you for watching. So thanks for you and all the panel do watching. Yeah, no, I'm glad to have everybody here in the chat, and really, I love having this conversation. Virtual Loner also reminded for $20 that Phil Hartman's wife killed him and then killed herself. If I remember correctly, that is correct. 92 Abrams says, so disappointing that the text JD denied went into evidence. Text was incoming message, not that he was receiving, not outgoing. Could it be retracted for evidence? Nope. At this point, they fucked up. That's why you really got to be vehement. You got to say, Judge, let's take it to a sidebar. You got to argue it. You got to really get out there and argue it. And they didn't do that. That's on Johnny's team. So Johnny's team is not flawless. They make mistakes, right? They definitely make mistakes. That was a mistake that they made. They should have been there aggressively hound dogging to prevent that incoming message from getting in. That message that was clearly, that he's asserted was from somebody else. That was kind of a flag to his team. Like, hey, you need to be really objecting here, like strenuously. Even if you're sounding like an Elaine and you're throwing out a bunch of objections, just do it. And I know like some people got annoyed by the objections. I think Nick got annoyed, but I disagreed with him. You know, he's like, oh, they're getting little objections. I'm like, no. They need to object vigorously, especially when it's important. Pastor Flash said, hey, can we get your best hey there impression? Like Obi-Wan. Hey there. Hello there. Dawa's School of School says, how to vet a first date. What do you think about Amber Turd? If they say anything remotely positive equals run. Oh my God. That's actually so true. Like if you ask like on a first date, like, hey, so what's your feeling on the Depp Heard case? Like, who do you think was in the right there? And they're like, I really believe Amber. Just stand up and leave, like immediately. You've saved yourself a lot. I mean, because anybody that's actually followed it and believes Amber is crazy. Now, here's the thing, though, Christina. I would say there's probably a lot of normies that just are reading the news and not watching the trial, and they might believe Amber because of the news, right?
Oh, yeah. Like, here's a perfect example. When Ellen Barkin testified about him throwing the bottle of wine, she said that they're in a hotel room together. She's asked, did he throw it at you? No. Did he throw it at anybody else in the room? No. How hard did he throw it? Well, actually, it was a toss. And their report, like, oh, Ellen Barkin testifies Johnny Depp threw a bottle of wine at her. It's exactly the opposite. Like, that isn't what was said. But if you're just paying attention to the media and reading the headlines, you're going to be thinking that, oh, it came out that Johnny did this and did that. Yeah, you might not know, and you might end up believing Amber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. 100%. D. Mickey says, have you seen Amber Heard's face when her lawyer is reading the big text? He is squinting and trying to cry after smirking just before that. Man, Amber's. Here's the thing about Amber. Her body language just gives away that she's a psychopath, and how she reacts to people. Like whenever anybody's describing pain, she smirks and smiles. Yes, that's a huge red flag. It's a huge red flag. And guys, by the way, we have 6,500 of you. Please make sure to like and subscribe here. We are almost at 60K. I know that with the 6,000 of you in there, there's probably some of you that, can get me there, get me to that. Really appreciate that. Also, replay gang, please make sure you smash that. Get me to 60,000. I'll be a happy camper. That'll mean I'll doubled my subs over the last 2 weeks, which is amazing. Florida Dad said, if she bought a policy, it would be direct with Lloyd's of London. Yes, we talked about this with Valiant. They would handle the weird Hollywood stuff, insuring Jennifer Lopez's butt or insuring somebody like Marilyn Monroe's legs, that sort of thing. Yes, it would have to be direct with them, but we weren't aware of that. So because we haven't heard of that, that's why we're kind of skeptical. A says Elon is paying Amber's court fees. Possible. That's a possible theory. Andrew Burnell says, why do you think the judge stopped the expert explaining how he could tell the photos were edited contrast color? As for the break, anything the judge said it as JD stood up for lunch. Oh yeah. We saw the clip about the breaking stuff. That was when Johnny Depp stood up. I think that they limit the scope. Here, the thing is, experts' testimony is limited in scope. They're only supposed to testify on certain things. So I'd have to go back and pay attention, but maybe they limited the scope of his testimony and what he could testify about. So it's possible that that's why the judge limited that. I'm not, but also I'm not a total mind reader. I can't get inside the judge's mind and say why she objected to that specifically. It might have been the way he was saying the question, the way he was phrasing the question that was problematic. Kit Kat says, Johnny broke the mic the last time he was on stage. Oh, I guess that was it. I didn't know he broke the mic.
Poor Johnny.
Okay. Yeah, poor guy. From California, isn't it funny that the LA courthouse is a back entrance that opens to an underground parking lot for high-profile clients for privacy? But she went through the front door. Thoughts? Yeah, that's a
Very
tell.
telling.
That's a tell. Because I've been in that courthouse actually. One of my ex-girlfriends used to live in LA, and she was clerking at that courthouse. So I actually went there to watch a murder trial, which is actually insane. But they would use that tunnel for that one because they don't want the press. They don't want anybody else seeing that person. So they have that back entrance for the celebrities and the high-profile cases. In that case, they used it. A says, Elaine's just jealous she was never invited to have dinner with Johnny. Oof.
Oh, poor Elaine. But she's got her cats, you know.
She'll always have those cats. Ollie says, in the Vic case, Ron Toy Soy was covered $80K by insurance. I think it was his job insurance. A small time compared to this case, but yeah, it's possible. Once again, I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just very rare for insurance to cover these types of claims. Charlie Brown says, it's the second time Elaine insinuates that somebody is looking for publicity. She did it yesterday at the very beginning of Mr. Morgan Knight's. Oh, I forgot about that.
That's right.
Thanks for that.
Yes, she did. And she
I
also
totally forgot about that.
She insinuated in the beginning that, oh, you're a big fan of Johnny Depp, right? You know, like she's such a snot.
Yeah. And guys, I'm reading off the list of super chats from my backup list because they fly back so far. I can't pull all of them up. Like I can pull this one up here. Just got a $5 one here. But I'm reading them off here. Dylan Flanagan with a $4.99 super chat says, JD's cross was sketchy. Y'all think it hurt him much? Also, love when Christina's here. Don't judge me. We're not. This is a judgment-free zone. Don't worry about it, guys. But I honestly don't think his scratch was sketchy. I think it was a mixed bag. There was some good stuff in it, some stuff he shouldn't have said. Okay.
Yep.
I'm okay with a mixed bag. Like a mixed bag is okay. Like I don't think it came out hurting him. I don't think it necessarily helped him like a categorical amount, like a huge amount. I think it was just like, okay, there's some good, there's some bad. I don't think the jury is influenced one way or another as opposed to where they were before. Bronwyn Hughes for $2.99 Aussie said Johnny should publish a book of his drawings. That would be amazing. And he could donate the money to charity, to the children's hospital that apparently he doesn't know anything about. Stuff and Things said no sarcasm. A team like Amber has is the one I'd want. I prefer more competence, but they're swinging from the ceiling fan for an obvious losing client.
I like the imagery of that.
I mean, you're not wrong. They are swinging for the ceiling fan, but she is just really bad. Max Mura for 250 yen says, Christina, Siegel may have oral/tarditive dyskinesia.
I got no idea what that means, but I'll take it.
Dyskinesia. And you are Valiant. You are back just in time because literally the next super chat is from Susan Snyder, who says, Valiant Renegade, you from NO, so Nolo, darling.
NOLA, yeah.
Yeah.
Aww.
New Orleans, Louisiana. There we go.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks in Hollywood that everybody in New Orleans talks like this, like we're all from Savannah, Georgia, because Hollywood has screwed this up for so long, thinking we all have with this long Southern drawl.
I love that.
We all, I mean, everybody. There are several sub-dialects in New Orleans that like we call the Yat accent or the Yatsent. You know, and there are certain areas that are like that. And of course, we have the Cajun areas and stuff like that, Lafayette, Thibodeau, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, this is kind of what I sound like this is most of New Orleans. So
That's what you get in New Orleans, right? We're hearing now what you get in New Orleans, guys. You're buying what you're getting. It's 100% authentic here on the Legal
Hollywood
Mindset.
lies to you guys.
Yeah.
Are you shocked? Are you guys
No.
shocked that Hollywood's lying to you about accents?
Of all the New Orleans dialects that are out there, Hollywood couldn't even get one of them correct. So yeah, no.
Oof.
It's true. You hate to see it.
But it happens. It happens so often. I mean, that's the whole problem. It's like literally, it's it happens. It happens more often than you think.
Oh, I'm sure.
Rob Porter says, I wonder if they have a big surprise coming and wanted Amber Heard's team to blow the time. I don't know about that. I don't know if they have any like bombshells or surprises at this point. I mean, what do you think they could bring up that would be, some sort of bombshell at this point?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, can you guys think of something, anything that would be like a bombshell if they dropped it?
From Amber's side?
Amber's side, yeah.
No, not really.
You would think if they had something, they would have already dropped it by now. I mean, they've only got an hour left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
and Johnny's side has what, 10? So I mean, it's not like they've been saving this to when the plaintiffs have run out of time, because that can't happen statistically at this point.
Right.
So anything they bring up, I mean, Johnny's side is going to have just an inordinate amount of time to just crush it, and they won't be able to do a thing about it.
Right. They won't even have time to respond.
Yeah.
Right. To it. So I think, honestly, that Amber's team has, once again, they played themselves. They've tried to play a game where they're wasting a lot of time on irrelevant witnesses, and this is what they get. Right.
This is what they get. They've got at this point. That's what's sad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, all right. So let me get this one here, and then we'll shift over to, I want to watch this clip. JD needs me, a female on a security team. I'm 5'1", 57 years old, beast. Been there, finally had to fight my way out for me and 2 toddlers. Glad I did. Legal Paradise. I'm waiting for your reaction. Oh yeah, Vanessa Paradise. She told me to look her up. So I will look her up right now. I think she's probably pretty okay. Well, there's like mixed photos of her. So here's Vanessa Paradise right over here, but like there's some photos of her that look all right, but then she's got that gap tooth thing.
Yeah.
So that's very European, right? Where they got the and shout out to all you people over there. But I mean, Americans were picky about that. So I mean, it's Johnny's thing. I mean, Johnny's into it.
That's Johnny's ex Vanessa.
Yes.
Vanessa Paradise.
Oh
yeah.
yes. Okay, I got you.
So look, I think it's an acquired taste. I mean, frankly, she looks very European.
I think it's cute.
She's very European, right?
Yeah.
So I just think she has a very, very European look.
She does.
Yeah, and look, this is her back then when she was like younger and with Johnny. Like in this era when she was with Johnny, she looked very good.
Mm-hmm.
So look at these photos. Like she looks good in this. Like I'd smash.
Who is smash. Let's remind everybody who divorced Johnny and never accused him of violence.
So right now we're gonna watch this testimony. This is the clip. Nick already clipped it. So we're just gonna watch this. It's only 4 minutes, guys. So
yeah.
All right. Did you see your next witness?
With Kate Moss.
Yeah.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mr. Depp calls Kate Moss to the stand.
Here we go. Right.
It will be appearing on your screen.
All right, ma'am, can you hear?
Oh.
Yeah. Well.
Yes. Can you count to 5 for me?
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you, ma'am. Will you raise your right hand?
Irene Myers.
Sounds
adorable.
The truth under penalty of law.
Irene Myers, much hotter than
you.
Johnny Depp.
I love the way
Miss
Moss, or I should say, good afternoon. Your
Yeah,
time.
just look
She
at her
still looks
presentability.
amazing. She looks amazing.
Great. She looks amazing. Look at those cheekbones. They're not like she doesn't need them to do anything to them to look good. I mean, that is class.
My name is Ben Chu from the firm of Brown Rudnick. Would you please state your full name for the record?
Kate Moss.
Kate Moss
Miss
only
Moss,
owns
where
houses
do you
without
reside?
furniture.
London, England.
From where?
In a furniture-free apartment.
Gloucestershire, England.
I cannot say that word, by the way. like I'm not even gonna try to say that word.
Gloucestershire.
Moss, do you know Johnny Depp?
Intimately.
Yes, I do.
How do you know Mr. Depp?
She had a little smile.
I had a relationship with him.
Did there come a time when
Bitch is so salty right
Kneading.
now. Do you see this look?
Look at that smile, smirk in those eyes.
She is this. You can see it here, guys.
And I
If
can tell
see
you
it,
why.
see it. Yeah. Why Valiant? Why is she bad?
Well, I was gonna say, let me see. I was just pulling up. Let's see. Kate Moss is a good 13 years older than her.
Older.
Yeah.
Older.
Kate Moss is 48 years old, and she looks arguably as good, if not better.
Smash.
Better.
I
than
mean, but yes.
Amber.
Let's be
no,
real.
100%. 100%. She looks better than Amber, and I think Amber's
does.
already like puffing up and gaining, that.
How
that
is it they
post-cocaine
cannot
body
get
weight.
Amber from stop making bitch face every day,
She
8
can't
hours
help
a day
it.
in the
No,
court?
Resting bitch face.
No, it's not resting. It's psycho face.
No,
Like,
I
she
did
cannot
not say
control it.
resting bitch face, just bitch face.
She has no control. She can't control it. It's her psychosis. It's everything else. She cannot control being like this. Which is
How is that endearing to an average Joe jury?
she doesn't give a fuck about the average Joe. That's the whole point. She just cares about Amber. Amber
Yes.
only cares about Amber.
Bingo.
Amber's the type of person that is a horrible person to just regular people. Unless she can exploit you, she doesn't care about you.
you and Mr. Depp had a
How
romantic
contemptuous Amber looks.
Yes.
For how long, Ms. Moss, were you and Mr. Depp a romantic couple?
From 1993 to 1994 to 1998.
Amber's like, it's not romantic if you never punched him.
Ms. Moss, did there come a time when you, while you and Mr. Depp were a couple, that the two of you took a vacation together to the Golden Eye Resort in Jamaica?
Yes.
What, if anything, happened when you were in Jamaica with Mr. Depp?
You wouldn't imagine.
We were leaving the room and Johnny left the room before I did. And there had been a rainstorm. And as I left the room, I slid down the stairs and I hurt my back.
There were 3 midgets in a jar of honey.
I apologize, Ms. Moss. Please continue.
And I screamed because I was because I didn't know what had happened to me and I was in pain. And he came running back to help me and carried me to my room and got me medical attention.
Did Mr. Depp push you in any way down the stairs?
No.
During the course of your relationship, did he ever push you down any stairs?
No, he never pushed me, kicked me, or threw me down any stairs.
Ms. Moss, have you ever before today testified in any kind of court proceeding?
No, I have never.
Why did you decide to testify today?
Objection, Your Honor. That's beyond the scope of what
You think Amber got her cheekbones to be more competitive with Kate Moss's cheekbones?
Thank you, Ms. Moss. We have nothing further at this time. We greatly appreciate your taking the time.
So you know what she probably was about to say there? Like if they'd gotten that question out, would have been like, I decided to speak up because Amber Heard is a lying bitch. Because like literally that makes her look bad. Here's the thing. It's like saying that about Kate Moss makes Kate Moss look bad. It makes like Kate Moss is like a type of woman who like puts up with abuse, right? Who puts up with, right? So I mean, it's not good, right? It's really not good.
Well, but it was the next statement by Amber's team that was the coup de grace. Play it.
Oh no, that was the end of that clip. That was the clip.
Oh, that was the end of the
end of
clip?
that clip.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, the
Do you
next
want to
statement
talk about it?
Well, no, I was just going to say the judge, of course, offers Amber's team, and now it's your turn to cross. We have no questions, Your Honor.
Nothing.
That's why
nothing.
That's why the clip ends, because they didn't have shit, right?
Yeah. No, I was hoping that was in there when they said, we have no questions, Your Honor. Yeah, because
it was
like,
amazing.
We're tired of getting our dick kicked in, Your Honor, and we're gonna pass on this one because
they knew
already
that she shouldn't have said
it. Yeah, at this point.
So. Yeah, I mean, Valiant, they knew that she shouldn't have said that. Her attorneys knew. I think Amber's the one who wanted to mention it. Amber thought that was ingenious. I know that the attorneys were not happy about that. There's no way. They made a face. Like the Amber's team made a cringe face, and then you saw Ben Chu turned around and was like, "Yeah, we got it, bitch." Because you just opened the door.
She's so crazy. She's so crazy. She likes to embellish and exaggerate and be dramatic. I bet she couldn't help herself. She thought that would make her look good. Oh, see, he's done this before. She's embellishing the story of what happened on the stairs with Whitney, and we know it was a total lie. And she thought, oh, I'll throw that in there to be snide and slick and stupid. Yeah. Her arrogance and her hubris is unprecedented.
Oh, Team Johnny was turning around high-fiving each other when they said that. When Amber said that.
Yeah.
That was almost, I would say, that reaction to when Amber said Kate Moss on the stand was second only to what we saw today when Elaine got thrown under the fucking bus by that guy from TMZ. And it wasn't just DUI guy. The whole gallery. Look at the still shot I put on Twitter. They all have the same.
They all have that face.
Like the whole gallery was like that. Like they knew that she just got owned. It was bad.
Yeah. There were a lot of like cell phones and owns in this one. I'm trying to see someone sent me this video. It's kind of zoomed in here of Elaine. Like this is
look, there's DUI. There's DUI guy behind her.
I found that to be purely logical.
DUI guy, and then James from court over here. Like both of these guys.
I know.
Oh,
DUI guy with that. He looked like he could suck the chrome off a Ford bumper with that mouth. Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Suck a golf ball through a garden hose. All right.
Oh, poor DUI guy.
Actually, I want to show you. See, actually, I can just share the screen. So I got my spreadsheet pulled up here. This is what I'm dealing with right now, guys. So I'll work
Did
my
you
way.
make this?
No. I have a program which, so that unlike these other boomers, see, guys, I'm actually not that much of a boomer. This is a redirect, so I actually have it sent over automatically, so it populates. The other boomers, they read it off of the.
Oh, you got to show me how to do
Oh
that.
my gosh!
But I have it redirect, so I actually have a better system than these motherfuckers.
Are you redirecting it from StreamYard or from YouTube?
Yeah. There's something called IFTT. If this, then that. You can have it redirect your super chats.
All right, show me that later.
I'll show you
when we
later.
get off. Yeah.
But these fucking boomers, they don't know how to do this shit. All right. So, anyways, Jay Liebgott says, might be unpopular, but at an average Virginian spending more on gas than I'm being paid, I'd rule you're both guilty and you pay the others legal fees. Oh, that's funny. And of course, in this case, I will say, Jay, it's Amber's guilty of this one, like 100%, or liable, because this isn't a criminal case. Let's use the right terms, right? Natasha Ruiz says, is the flight attendant testifying tomorrow? I'm dying to hear what she has to say. I bet money she didn't do Molly with them. I agree. I don't think she did Molly with them at all.
That would be ridiculous.
She would get fired.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way
That's
a
not how that
commercial flight attendant did that. Like, if this is a hooker in a flight attendant's outfit who's like, on the plane with you, like this is some sort of, Colombian drug dealer's private jet, then maybe, but this is not what was going on here. Kona Kyle says, is your prediction still JD win with damages of 1 to 10 million? No, that was never my prediction. My prediction was Johnny Depp wins. The damages are between 10 and 20 million. So I was never a 1 to 10. Now I'll be happy if he gets something, right? But I actually bet between 10 and 20. 10 and 20. So I'll raise you, brah. Rose says, incoming to his friend's phone from Johnny's phone. Not necessarily from him is what I understood. Thank you for all you're doing to help us understand it. No, thank you for joining us. Really. Shoemaker Factory says, please look at the two pictures and evidence, 512 on day 15, number 723, day 16, wine pick. Wine label in the same pick, but given for two different incidents. Okay, well, I'd have to pull that up and like sift through. So I'll go through that later and try to pull that up. Maybe I'll pull that on my morning stream for you guys, but that's going to take some time. But I thank you for pointing that out. Rose says, is what I understand. Sorry, I had a typo. Okay, so I guess, she just put help us understand, or is what I understand, I guess. So that's a correction. Squishy said, funny thing, I was prepping for the Series 7 and 6.5 before shifting to a new role. 7 was fun to study for. I loved it. So there you go. He loved the Series 7. Tracy Nolan says TMZ guy ratted out Amber Heard is the one who sent the email. He looks straight at her when talking. Body language speaks volumes.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, especially when it's coming from Draco. You know, we all think
exactly.
Kareen, not Karen, with 2 chats. JD is lovely to everyone. Bailiff the Steno girl. Amber writing a burn book like in Mean Girls. Like, honestly, it's the crazy book. Brittany says 2 chats here, but I'll read the one. The judge wasn't talking to Johnny. One of the jurors bumped a chair and she told them not to break anything on the way out. Oh, I thought so. Johnny just laughed at it then. It looked like they were talking, right, Christina? Didn't that look like they were talking about it? So
interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah. Andrew says, why do you think the judge wouldn't allow the expert to detail more about how he could tell the photos were edited, contrast, or color? Like I said, I think it's scope. I think it's scope of the testimony. There's got to be something there in terms of scope. I read this one earlier. Thank you. And for all the panel do. Yes, thank you for coming in and joining me. Derry Rodriguez said, this is like Cottingley Ferry's case. When they lied, they couldn't back down. So they went with it all the way and kept building up story. It's called the double down. So whenever you get into a situation in which someone calls you out for lying, you have 2 options: to capitulate, which if you do it right away, capitulation is less bad. The repercussions are less bad. But the problem is most people do a double down. They go and they double down on what they said. It's a natural defensive instinct to double down. Zuki FPV says, it only takes 1 juror to acquit Amber, but do we think any jurors committed enough to JD for it to hang? Juror sentiments must be intense. I think there's no commitment to Amber at all. I think if there might be one that might swing that way, but in terms of commitment, from what I've heard, it doesn't sound like any of the jurors are committed to Amber clearly. That's based on the read of DUI guy, James, everybody who's been in court. Have you guys heard anything different?
Nope.
Like, I haven't heard that someone's standing for Amber at this point.
No. I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I really doubt that as well. Oop, right there. DJ Anubis says, I think all Dead's team had to do was challenge Heard's credibility to win the defamation suit, which I think they've done. Do you feel the same? I think they had to do a little bit more than that because there's like all these facts and evidence. They had to rebut all this evidence they brought in. But I think they've met their burden. I think at this point, to me, overall, Johnny Depp's side is more believable.
Yeah.
And they're gonna add to that today. They're gonna like and won that today. But I think ending today, especially with these bombshell witnesses, to me, they were way more believable. April said the text Amber Heard's lawyer was hammering Johnny Depp about was incoming, not outgoing. Yes. Thank you for the 5 Canadian here, just from Fractured 23. We read this one from Truth, Lies, and Opinions about you being the security guard. Andrew Lindsay had a $2 right there. Thank you for that. Pastor Flash said, no, I want to ask discount umbrella man equals Tum equals to give Tug hey there impression. Oh, you need to say, Valiant, can you say hey there?
Hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day.
Okay, that's for your like Tug comparison, right? Is hey there.
You know, I'm trying to argue the point. I'm just going to play into it. Y'all think I'm Tug? Yeah, I'm Tug.
Yeah.
All right.
No, that's exactly what you do. You don't just, you agree and amplify. That's the
I'm
tactic.
doubling down, you sons of bitches.
Agree and amplify. This is
Double
how
down.
you do it.
Yeah.
Double down. You double down right now.
Man, you guys do sound a lot alike, though. If I like kind of close my eyes and just listen to the voice, I'm like, oh,
you know what? I will take it. I honestly, I take it as a compliment. Tug has a great voice.
Yes,
I love Tug's
he
voice.
does.
I was going
I
to say,
love Tug's voice.
He's very like, even though he's got an accent that like can be honest. Honestly, his accent can be kind of tough, I think, for people, especially if you're not Southern, to understand Tug. It's kind of rough, but he's very like just the tone and the cadence. It's very easy to listen to.
He's
like,
very smooth. He's got that. I'm not 100% sure, but I kind of almost classify it as at least a semi-Appalachian era accent.
Yes. Tennessee, right?
Tennessee.
So I think so. Yeah. So I mean, up in that Appalachian, that's what I take out of it because I'm pretty good with dialects. But the thing is with him, his voice and his exactly as you said, his cadence, his timbre of his voice is so smooth.
Timbre, that's a good word.
It's
I like
just
it.
I'm married to a music teacher and a vocal teacher. What do you want? But
That's so
But
cool.
no, it's
I
so
do
smooth.
declare.
Exactly. That it's like it's listening to butter. It's
Yes.
great. Yeah.
Or slow southern molasses poured over your biscuit.
Yeah.
But that being said,
I want buttered biscuits now. Shit.
I miss that. That's one thing I'm gonna say. I live because I lived in North Carolina. I miss the biscuits. I miss like the morning biscuit or the hangover biscuit.
Yes.
I miss that shit. I miss Bojangles even. Like I miss a Bowberry biscuit from Bojangles, which is still like it's nothing compared to the local spots or whatever. But even that, I'm like, I'll take it at this point. Fractored said, could the limited color that would be open the door for them to question about the pictures Amber Heard's side showed Johnny where Johnny Depp where the lighting was changed? Yeah, I mean, I think there was definitely back and forth about the lighting being changed, about the photo being changed. And I think Johnny Depp got in that he thinks the photo was changed. I think that's an inference that they can make because frankly, like he said, they took it with a potato camera. They took the photo with a potato camera that's from the security guard's phone. And so it makes sense that the Orient Express, which is a luxury train, guys, the suite that they were in, the presidential suite, cost $10K. I actually looked into taking that train. It's ironic.
If you
I
want
actually
to get
looked into
onto
doing
the
that.
photographic expert witnesses, I mean, just like the guy that testified today, I don't have a college degree or whatever in photography. I don't have a college degree in forensic science, but I've done some shit in my life. Okay.
Yo.
Whoa. Valiant. The size of that lens. Bro,
Look at that thing.
I've done
size
this.
doesn't matter. I mean, but
not as a day job professionally, but I've done this professionally for some time.
Whoa.
I'm listening to everything he's saying today, and I'm going,
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you liked him too, not just me.
well, because I know, because I deal with, I mean, I know what a file looks like, the EXIF and the metadata that comes off when I pull a CF Express card out of a camera, or what, I mean, in this case, a compact flash. This is a Canon DX2. You see these on the sidelines with the 7200 lens. NFL games, NBA games all the time. It's the same camera. I know what it looks like when I pull it off of here versus a raw file that comes off of the camera as is in binary code versus a processed JPEG, whether it goes through DxO, goes through Photoshop, goes through Adobe Lightroom, or Capture One, or any of these software, or if you're using your bullshit Photos program on Apple, like Amber did to screw with these. I'm looking at these and he didn't have to get on the stand. When I saw the photos, just having done this for so long, I looked at them and I'm like, those have been contrast and clarity enhanced. I know this because I've done this literally tens of thousands of times.
Valiant, why wouldn't you do it? If you have stars on, if you have literal stars, celebrities on your train, whatever, and you want to advertise that they're on there, you would Photoshop it up. You'd make it look good and you'd use it as advertising.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would never leave. Like, I've taken pictures on my phone, and just because I do it professionally, and or if I was doing it for a commercial application, like, I don't know, advertising my multi-million-dollar business with a huge world-renowned star, I'd probably stick it through some processing first and do some cleaning. I mean, otherwise I'd be an idiot.
Yes,
right. And it's funny, Valiant, it doesn't even take that long. I actually here had some photos done in Korea, and these motherfuckers these Koreans are good at editing. They fucking edited this shit in like 10 minutes. They like completely edited the photo. It looked amazing. Like, you know, in terms of like lighting, contrast, color, like brushing stuff up, cleaning stuff up. They're so quick at doing it. And why wouldn't you do it? It just makes sense, and everybody does it, right? Yeah. I mean, the basic hoe nowadays has the Face app on their phone, and they edit it, right? Which is why y'all dudes are getting catfished. You know,
you don't have to have a professional to do it anymore. Now these automated systems they can't do it. The automated systems on these cheap softwares can't do it as well as a well-trained professional.
But the algorithms are getting better. You got to admit that
they are. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're getting much better.
They're getting much, much better.
Oh God, that's scary.
Helen's story, Carras, it is scary because, I mean, Christina, you've covered this on your channel. I mean, these girls that are just, number one, they're delusional, but also they're putting pictures on their profiles that are not even real.
Exactly.
Tinder swindler. You covered the Tinder swindler.
Tinder swindler. Yes. Oh
All
my
of
God,
those
that was
Norwegian
amazing.
hoes, those Swedish Norwegian girls,
Poor girls.
By the way,
They
I'm
played
speaking about
themselves.
I'm speaking about these girls specifically. These girls who in the Tinder swindler case with the new Netflix special, you can watch it. They had highly edited photos that did not look like them at all. They did not appear like them at all. If they showed up on a date and I saw them, I'd be like, I'm getting catfished right now.
Well,
Yes!
thank God it wasn't
what?
a
This is
grinder
not at all what
swindler.
you look like, girl.
Well, you know what though? Grinder, you
Those
wouldn't get it because
delusional
Grinder, they're very objective. So like, I mean, and any like, if you ask a gay guy to like show you his Grinder, he's not going to care. But it's like age, sex, height, dick size. They literally like disclose dick size, like just straight up.
You know too much about this.
I'm from Miami. I'm from Miami. Let's be very clear. That explains everything.
I know everything about queers and coke,
cocaine,
but I'm neither.
Grindr, everything explains it all, guys. Come on. Helen's story says Elaine said many inappropriate things to witnesses. Yesterday, she called Johnny Mr. Turd. Why doesn't the judge stop her? Well, I think that was just a Freudian slip, right? For the hashtag Amber Turd. It's a hilarious one.
That was great.
You think Johnny has problems? I just got a letter that my wife just got nabbed by a red light camera in a car registered to me while I'm in the middle of character and fitness. Yay, time for an amended disclosure. Florida dad, bro. RIP. That is ridiculous. Alexandra Cruz says, let's see here. He says, I have learned a lot of new words in English watching this trial. Turd, hearsay, pledge, Amber Heard, so cultural. Welcome. And I'm glad we're being educational. Pronounced Carolina, by the way. Thank you, Carolina, for the super chat. Carolina for the super chat.
That's cute.
By the way, when people tell me how to pronounce the name is when I do it. Like I call Zendaya, even though people are like, it's Zendaya. I'm like, she hasn't told me that. She hasn't told me she cares about that. So fuck you. And your
my goodness.
pompousness.
As long as you spell it right in a hashtag, she still gets credit.
Exactly.
I can't believe Amber only has 1 hour and some change left, and they have one more witness to cross. I think they may bring Hughes back, which is a horrible idea. If they bring Hughes back, that would be real bad. But I don't think they will. It's limited to counterclaim. They won't bring Hughes back. How does she prove their counterclaim? That's not a counterclaim.
No,
the counterclaim is damages and Waldman, Adam Waldman. Right. So they need to be something related to that.
Real quick, Andrew, apart from everybody, please smash that like button, the share button. That umbrella guy, Tug, is in the chat.
Yes.
Yes, shout out to Tug. Tug, you have the invite, so you can come whenever you want into the chat. But anyways, all right. So low pro because let's see. Oh no, sorry, Alexander, you did the same super chat twice, so thank you for the double super chat. Robert Porter says, is that what I'm saying? Why Depp so early to make Amber Heard's team have 0-time NOLA native for the win? Speaking of which, Tug, sorry for partly doxing our private
I had to come in and celebrate that.
Our intimate
moments.
Twitter conversation of me sending you Streamlard links.
Good job, man. Woo,
Yeah.
I've done that myself though, so it's all good.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, at least I didn't put a phone number in a court exhibit like Amber Heard's team. Jesus.
Oh, Lord.
So let me mark this real quick, and I just want to have your thoughts here, Tug. While we've got you, we've got a living legend in here. What were your thoughts on the highlights from yesterday? What was the biggest takeaway moments for you?
TMZ, dude, that was amazing.
Oh, was it ever?
Yes.
Because it's without a dispute. Like they didn't say it in one sentence. It was not said in one sentence, but. Is it not 100% clear from that testimony that Amber Heard or an agent of Amber Heard was the one that caused that to be sent over to TMZ?
See, I took it as the whoops, sorry, I muted myself. I'm trying to set my headphones back up. I took it as them talking about the copyright, though. I took that as kind of a finger pointed right at her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, how do you get the copyright? Well, we can either buy it outright or we can get it from the person who owned it. And I was like, all right, well, Amber Heard say what? You know, but you know what? They don't own the stuff they keep flagging. That means they don't own it because they said the guy said that they hadn't cut that video. So that means that they copyrighted 90 seconds of video, but the entire video is 2 minutes and 4 seconds. So they've been flagging people for showing the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I can see why. I can definitely see why that piece is something they wanted to keep out, because TMZ definitely needed to be definitely fought way too hard in that motion to keep that out, because it was sort of like the lady doth protest too much, asking for the right of an objection. That's kind of, I mean, that's beyond to me. Beyond the scope of what is normal and acceptable. As a non-party, you just don't get objection rights. Something that doesn't happen. Oh, by the way, guys, almost 60K. So please, thank you. 7,233 of you in the chat. So please get in there.
How close are you? Like
right now, let me check my dashboard. Let me refresh
check your studio, not the
here.
public page.
Yeah, not the public page. Oh, I'm 400 away, so I'm 400
we got
away.
this. Come on,
guys,
from there,
come on.
from 60,
We can do
from 60K,
it.
guys.
We got this.
That
baby.
will be literally a double for me almost. So I really appreciate that. It takes no time whatsoever. So really appreciate
We want to
that,
get
guys.
him to 70K by tomorrow. By the end of the day tomorrow, let's
We
do
got
70K.
it. We got
We
it.
can
We
do
can do
it.
this tonight. Come on.
Yes.
We got this for sure. What did you think about the testimony of Dr. Curry, Tug? Because I think that's the one that I was interested in. And do you think that helped a lot, or what?
I thought he did as a mental. Well, I don't know how to read it as a jury. I think reading it as a mental health provider. Yeah, man. It made a lot of sense. It was concise. I liked hearing the double down on the not only the malingering scale, but also I liked hearing how Dr. Hughes basically prepped Amber Heard to show signs of PTSD. She gave her a checklist, and that's why she was able to identify 19 out of 20 different signs for it.
Yeah, exactly.
You said you need 400. Is that what it is? 400?
Oh, Tug's about to pull the trigger on it there, Andrew.
Let's go.
Oh, he's just like, you need 400. I got you, bitch. I got this right now.
I'm gonna try. I'll see how many will show up. When I was live, I thought it would be funny. My wife has like a YouTube channel, and she's like, "Don't you inflate my numbers? Like, I'm gonna get them myself." So I was like, "Yeah, I'll show you." So I was like, "All right, well, let's see how many we can get you." So we started at 600, and she got to like 3,500.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great.
Tug,
That's
I have a
great.
question for you. How much sleep are you getting?
Do I sound like I sleep?
I know. It was a loaded question. I was like, I don't know how. Look,
next week, right? Next week, right?
You have been so freaking amazing on this. I've told you this before. I'm going to tell you again. I cannot believe your level of dedication and professionalism to this story. Since before it was a story. I mean, you have been so committed to this. It's been beyond the pale. It's been absolutely astonishing. And you deserve every bit of accolade you are now. Everything that you have been doing the last couple of years, this goes to prove the dedication, the commitment that you have will pay off. If you're being honest, if you're just putting the facts out there like you have been, this is what hard work gets you, folks, because everything that you've talked about now for the last 2 years is being absolutely unequivocally vindicated. And everybody should be applauding you for this. You helped bring this justice around. I know it's funny watching Elaine, who cannot quit you, to save her life at this point. It's hilarious, but it's just so great to see this, man. And I think I don't want to try to speak for other people. I don't usually, but I think I can speak for everybody. We're so proud of you, man. Thank you for doing what you did.
I got you up 200 now, I think. So.
Oh yeah, let's check right real quick. Let's see. I think we're almost there. The velocity on this is ridiculous. Oh yeah, we're 150 away.
Yeah,
he's gonna get it.
I got this. Don't worry about it. So let me ask you. Okay, another witness that I wanted to get this that really was Johnny Depp, right? Because Johnny Depp, I mean, did you think this hurt him, helped him? What did you think about the strategic timing, the timing of Johnny Depp?
The only thing I wish they would have. I wish they would have answered the messages. You know, he seemed caught on those messages, and I think his team could have helped him out quite a bit. You know, a lot of people are pointing out now that when you look at them, there's a lot of questionable things about said messages. So yeah, I think if his team would have, like I said, I don't feel like they threw him any rope. You know, I felt like he got stuck on that. Besides that, him drawing on the pictures that weren't available before, saying, hey, this is where it happened. This is how I lost my finger. She was right there. Here's evidence. I thought that was actually, you know, it was a good visual illustration. I didn't think he got beat down too badly on, you know, Rottenborn was so, you could tell he was trying time management. You could see it, but
he was seething.
Yeah. I just thought,
his pettiness came through.
It did. Just those texts right there. It's the one thing I don't think
everybody is screaming about the incoming thing. Everybody is screaming about that.
Oh, I know, man. When I saw that, I actually accidentally deleted my first post on it. But right after, somebody sent it like right when it was up, and they were like, "Yo, this is backwards." And I was like, "Holy shit, that is!" So I don't know. I fired off some messages. I don't know. I don't know what good that does. If any good can be done after the fact, you know, if that can be brought up in any way. But
well, I mean, I know Amber's team will see it, but whether or not it comes up at other points, because at this point it's in evidence. So
yeah,
the only
it's
thing
been brought up to anybody that needs it. I'll say it that way. And
I think that. And put it this way, it could come up on closing, like, and they could just put up something like, we don't even know who sent those messages, if they're reliable, who they're coming from, whether they were sent going in or going out. They can mention that on closing, because
did you catch you know that other part they brought up, the quote that they brought up of, you know, about him. I would let's see, how did that read? Give me 1 second.
Sure.
It was if I'm angry and I've got to lash out and hit somebody, I'm going to do it. And I don't care what the repercussions are. You know, they brought that part up. Well, that was kind of, I didn't realize, I don't know, it just didn't sink in on me that was an article from 1995 that they were quoting. You know,
amazing.
Yeah, 27 years old. And
come on.
Yeah, here it is, actually.
I was glued to your Twitter all day. I couldn't believe that. That was incredible.
Here, I'll pull that up real fast. Yeah, again, better minds than mine find this stuff, but you know, that's the article.
Throwback. Look at that. Look at that, man. That is a
man.
Throwback.
Jeez,
look at that font.
Hey, I like the crown.
Look at the font. That's what you go for.
No, but that style of font, they don't even use that font anymore. Right. Like it's true. Like
this is gone anyway. Like Premiere is out, but the quote. They took a little bit, you know, they took some liberty because there was a little piece removed, but it was actually talking about the hotel incident where it gets destroyed. But he said, you know, I thought it was funny. I had to go to jail for assaulting a picture frame or a lamp. You know, the rag said, well, he must be drunk and he's having a huge fight with his girlfriend. Complete bullshit. So, I mean, they left all that part out there. You know?
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So they made it sound like, hey, he's talking about, you know, beating women and stuff, and no.
Yeah, and that's just not the case.
Yeah, I mean, that shows you a little desperation there, though. That's
so wrong.
Speaking of desperation, how about those other two? How about just the content of the text? I mean, the Molly's pussy and then the pleading mackerel. I mean, I laughed at the pleading mackerel.
I liked it. That was funny myself.
I laughed. Yeah.
Okay, good. Like, we can all admit we laughed at that, right? We didn't feel bad about it because it was so stupid.
I've never sexualized a mackerel, but also, you know, I mean,
and it wasn't even Johnny.
I mean, are we to the point though that we confuse that with sexual assault? Is that where we are? You know,
yes.
When you're desperate for a $50 million claim, Tug, I guess.
I'm just wondering, societally, are we to the point where we confuse that? You know, that's my question.
Yeah.
That's an inflection point. When we get to the point where sexual assault is just sexual language and talking about sexual stuff now becomes sexual assault, right? Where these, that we're getting these word crimes, right? These words can trigger me. Words are damage. Words are hate. Words are, you know, this end of free speech, which is something that we've been covering. I've been covering religiously. I mean, I doggedly, and I know a lot of other people cover it in their own way. Christina, I know you've talked about similar things, and Valiant, you know, in a way, you're addressing these by tackling and going after some of these corporations, especially that try to silence free speech. Even here, TMZ, I said it on Nick's channel, and I think the best way to say it is they were trying to use a First Amendment protection, a speech protection, as the form of gag order. They were essentially trying to assert the fact that they could silence somebody because he used to work for them. That's insane that they even would try to do that, to try to assert that. And it's an aberration to our Constitution, to the First Amendment, what our intended protections are.
But I think it showed those that they didn't want that cut out, did they?
They did not.
Christina, I don't know if I think we were here the other night. We were talking about this. I know Andrew and I did, because I think I brought up the question. I said, you know, I figured the only way around this was if they had him under an NDA that extended beyond his employment relationship, because I know, you know, every state has their own laws versus, you know, non-competition, non-compete laws. I know here in Louisiana, some of the most strict in the country. NDA is kind of the same thing, but apparently they didn't even argue the NDA point. There was no NDA. I mean, they didn't get there. I mean, even a judge brought that up today and said, well, look, if this is an issue with an NDA, then that's beyond the scope of this trial. That's your problem to go litigate, not mine. So piss off. It was like, yeah, I mean, that's what I figured. I'm like, but nobody brought that up. And I thought it was, and the oh shit face on Amber's little junior douchebag attorney who makes his subpoena.
Hey, are you on 60K?
Oh,
hey, are
my
you at 60K,
God.
by the way? Hey, are you at 60K?
Hold on. Let me check. Ah, 60K! Yeah! Hey, it's 11 a.m., but fuck it. Let's pick it out. Hey, cheers, guys. You guys, I'll tap the soju for you. This is the Tug. Christina, thank you so much for being
while I still got a few people, I'm trying to point it at any channel I can. So
thank you, Tug. No, seriously, I do.
That was very cute.
Christina, thank you. Valiant, thank you for being ride or die with me the last couple of days, even though as your children are growing older, you are sticking around. I appreciate that. And Tug, you're a gentleman and a scholar, and I look forward to collaborating with you on other topics too in the future, because you know it's this crazy nexus of pop culture, law, and what's going on in the world. And I think the reason why this became big, and I actually just clipped that, I don't know if it's released yet, but one of the clips I made was Tug, you explaining how this moment became big. I think that's so important. Like seeing ahead and predicting that this is a nexus of all these issues in the culture war and, you know, the battle and the gender dynamics that is going to come to a head in the future. And we're going to have more situations like this. They're not going to be the same players. It won't be Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, thankfully, but other similar incidents will crop up in the future.
I heard a weird thing today. I heard, like, somebody told me, they said, well, you think about it in chapters. You know, you had the UK 2020, that's chapter 1. You have this as chapter 2. And they said, well, what if I told you there was a chapter 3? It's like, holy, really? What chapter? I don't know. But it was
perjury is a chapter 3 if that goes there.
I have no idea. But
possible.
I was like, well, interesting.
Well, we got 2 more years of YouTube content in that case. So yeah. God.
I'm curious about the Manson case. I really am. There are some huge irregularities. Well, there's just some problem. Like there's 2 accusers in there. Of course, Evan Rachel Wood, but this other lady, Elma Gore, I think her name is. Well,
Elma.
Her claim to fame was drawing, let's say, the orange man with a tiny Cheeto. That was her.
Yeah. Okay.
After their claim to fame dropped, she did 2 things. First of all, she said, I got assaulted by Trump supporters, and she got more headlines, right? Well, when it died down, guess what she did? I got assaulted by Trump supporters, and the claims, they were bizarre. Anybody that does that kind of thing for clout, and it's so questionable.
Creepy.
Yeah, it makes you ask questions. So
yeah. But I mean, they're doing it though. I mean, they are doing it for clout. I mean, it is something that you see in this, and I think the part of this trial has just been the story of clout chasing, right? I mean, you see it, and you got to watch out for it. And I even heard that one of the jury members, you know, when they heard Johnny talking about how it was, difficult to keep people around him and the struggles of people who are wealthy, having these clout chasers come after them. They sympathized. It seems like that juror may actually be pretty affluent and may get that, right? May get that there are toxic people in your life that come in, especially when you have stuff to try to leech off of you.
That's right.
So yes. I appreciate the soju emojis in the chat, guys. So for the members, you've got the soju emoji. What else did I have here? Is there anything you're looking forward to today, Tug? Like coming prospectively today?
I'm just curious. I want to see them take apart the counterclaim. I really want to, because there's nothing there. I mean, it is. If she wins that counterclaim, I will be shocked because I can't. She hasn't proven anything with it at all.
There's no way. I think the counterclaim was a waste of time. I think wasting time, focusing the defense on that, focusing to attack on that. I think it was spurious, and it shows her temperamentality. The fact that she tried to just counterclaim for twice, and it just shows
amazing.
But it's consistent. It's on brand with Amber Heard. It's on brand.
I mean, when she obsesses like with a YouTube channel. I mean, these people have been obsessed. People treat it like a conspiracy forever. I was like, this woman is trying to take down my YouTube channel. And you're like, yeah, right. Look how many times it came up in court. I mean, they brought it up on the biggest stage they could. They should know better because my Twitter blew up to over 104,000 people so far, but they can't stop themselves because they are obsessed. And
they have no control. They have no control over it, and they literally have let it run off the rails because they've not stopped themselves from and said, "Hey, this is too much. This is a bridge too far. This is a line we shouldn't cross." To them, there really is no line. Like there's no barrier or boundary that they shouldn't cross or shouldn't go towards in order to get their goals, because they say, hey, we have an agenda, we have a goal, and we want to accomplish that. Hey, we have this message, and we're willing to co-write this. I think that's very problematic.
There's an awesome story that not many people know about. So there was actually a witness that there was a witness for the UK that won't testify in this because of the issues there, but she actually turned against Amber Heard. She turned against her very publicly, and then let's just say she was working for somebody that didn't behoove her, and they said, go make up. Amber Heard screwed her over publicly, recorded her, threw her under the bus in the UK. So she came back out and denounced Amber Heard again. I mean, it's one of her friend circle did that. So
I'm not surprised at all, because once she uses them up, she spits them out.
Yep.
Exactly.
By the way, Tug, I want to get your opinion because we didn't get this in. I showed this earlier with Christina, but I feel like for that one text message, we should have gotten this entered into evidence as a counterbalance to the statement. This photo right here. This one with the fucking psychopath writing.
Yep.
And the I need it, I want it. That should have been entered into evidence, because I guarantee you this psycho shit comes into evidence. RIP that claim. And the fact that the fact that he was responding to a text. So if you get sent a salacious, and it's this photo with a bunch of other nudes, right? You get sent that and then you respond with something, it's different than you just sending it in, right?
Exactly.
Sending into a void. That's totally different, right? Are you literally going to Exactly. Are you going to shame people for sexting, wives and husbands for sexting each other? It's
right?
Okay, you need the rule of completeness, which is a rule of evidence. You're supposed to admit everything. And to me, I'm rule of completeness. You got to let that in. You got to let that one in.
And it's so creepy. Her handwriting, her little message there. I'm going to eat you alive.
Eat you up.
Actually, those two texts that they brought in that people have been talking about, I don't understand how they're applicable in this case at all. I don't get it, because if you look at the dates on them, they're from 2017. Those everybody's focusing on the incoming. Okay, well, I was focusing on the timestamp. They're from 2/22/2017. So how do they matter at all in this?
They haven't seemed to be too concerned about continuity up to this point. So I don't know what's going to change now.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, what, this is after the relationship totally. Again, I get what they're trying to prove with it, but if this pushes someone over the edge for a rape claim, we are doomed. We are all doomed.
Yeah, it's over at that point, right?
That's shameful.
Like RIP, it's done. All right, let me grab some of these super chats because I know a lot of you had questions, and I know that now Tug's on a couple came in here as well. In fact, I'll ask some of the ones at the end here. So L says, "Is Amber Heard on the stand tomorrow?" That's one question I want to make sure to get out. I don't think she would be. Do you think Amber Heard's coming to the stand tomorrow?
No,
I don't think that relates to the counterclaim. Why would they bring her on for the counterclaim?
Yeah, I don't see anything like that happening.
Yeah. I don't think that bolsters her at all whatsoever. Allison says, surprise witness for Amber Heard, a screaming Karen with a baby getting Johnny Depp the paternity suit.
Did you one thing I thought they messed up on, actually thinking about this, that last witness with the Tasha Van Ree, it took me like 3 minutes to realize that was a police officer. I thought that was screw up.
They should have pushed that a little bit, right? And like push that point. See number here. AB says, love the commentary and analysis. Thank you, AB. Truth, Lies, and Opinion says you have to watch Parody's Mi Amor. Sing on YouTube. She rocks. Maybe out of your league, though. Just kidding. Listen, girl. What is your rank in League of Legends, though? Okay, Skylar. Just because I'm in Korea doesn't mean I play League of Legends. That's racist. Bigoted. That's bigoted, you racist. Maximus Decimus says we all got to see DUI guys O-face.
You ain't lying.
Oh, true.
So good. Yogi Bear, can we please address why Botox was never discussed? Did I miss something? Honestly, I mean, that's what everybody I brought that up said. Her face looked like Botox, like after Botox work or whatever, like it looked like there'd been Botox involved. So
Elaine or Amber?
Amber. Elaine.
Bum. That was a joke, folks. Sorry, take the. Oh God, never mind.
Okay, I was like, Elaine's had anything done? Because if so, she needs to get a refund. But
it just died right when I said it. All right.
No. I was like, Elaine needs to get a refund real quick. But anyways, Apple Picker. Imagine talking trash about boomer law tubers in 720p. Keep up the good work. I love it. Fucking booming left and right here today, guys.
Oh my God.
Barry DeVork says, Elaine surprised me when she laughed sincerely at Tremaine's burn. It seemed like a totally different person. Maybe she's not that awful in person. Yeah, I think she has an awful client, and that does make her more awful, right?
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't need to be this god-awful, like Wicked Witch of the West personality, but I think Amber Heard's forcing her into that role because she's forcing her to do something that, frankly, she probably is not good at doing. She's probably her website talks about negotiation and settlement. This is not a negotiation or a settlement, right? Maybe
I'll tell you, you want the biggest piece of evidence? You should check this out live. You should go to amberheard.net. Check it out real quick.
Amberheard.net. Okay.
Yeah, you got to do it live, though. Do it live. Pull it up.
Google it live.
Yeah, do it live.
Okay.
Like I want to.
Okay.
I want you to drop this bombshell.
Amberheard.net.
We're doing it live.
This is amazing.
Hold on, let me back this bad boy up. Right, hold on.
Man, can't even boomer the internet. Jeez.
Bro, this fucking bullshit. Here we go. Amberheard.net. What?
Oh, look at that evidence. Amazing.
What are you talking? What just happened?
What?
What just happened right now?
Wait, what?
Redirected it.
What just fucking happened right now?
Oh my God.
One more time, guys. One more time. Are
you know it's even better. Go to eatbarlow.net.
Oh
No.
This is not me. I did not do this. I just.
Okay.
It's not. I didn't do this at all.
No.
So somebody just bought the domains and redirected This is brilliant. This is brilliant.
Oh no.
Guys. And
I love
Eve is a bobblehead.
Oh my God.
When she showed up in person, she's short as hell and she looks like a bobblehead. She's super skinny, but she's got this big head. Just saying. I know it's not nice to mock appearances, but
Eve Barlow. I mean, there is my one of my main super chatters here, Eve Barlow's rotten crotch. So of course, we don't take it easy on Eve.
Oh man.
Bright Eyes. I don't think he's here in this chat today, though. Shout out to Eve Barlow's rotten crotch. Bright Eyes 03. Did anyone know why if Whitney left during the TMZ guide? Oh wait, sorry. Does anyone know if Whitney left? So,
does anyone remember?
I don't remember. I mean, was she taking a hit? Like, what was she doing? Because I mean, she looked high. I mean, I'll tell you that. But
She did.
the last 2 days, she's looked like she's high, completely high. So I don't know if she went outside. Jonathan Exley says, please bring up the psychiatrist comparison image again. Amber before Coachella, Amber during Coachella. Oh my God. That's so true. Why couldn't they bring in the quasi nude pics for context? If you want it, you take it, you pay the price tax. Oh my God. They read the Flappy Fish Market red snapper sale text into the record. Brady, let's go. Yeah, I think but here's the thing. I think they think that's a bombshell that it's not. Like, okay, maybe he sent a really bad text, but let's be real. Let's be real here. Everybody has sent a nasty text about somebody before. Nobody's innocent of that. You've said that, especially about an ex. You've been like, this freaking, see you next Tuesday, all the stuff. You've said some mean shit. Everybody's done it. If anything, that makes Johnny more authentic. Even if he did send it, right? Even if he did send it. I don't think that proves anything. Once again, it doesn't defeat the SV claim. It doesn't make an SV, make SV a thing.
Not just that. Look, he was accused of, these horrible things. Yeah, I'd have some really nasty shit to say behind the scenes. Him wanting to get rid of her on Aquaman. Oh wow, really? Right. Like again, you falsely accused me of raping you with a bottle. Like that's you getting off light. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I've said worse things for less. Right?
Yes, exactly.
Like he's a saint compared to that. I mean, shit. I get my hamburger made wrong, and I might say something like that.
Yeah, really. I hope I find your body in the back of a Honda Civic. That's what I'm going to start telling people.
Don't shake your head, Valiant. If someone messes up your gumbo, you're like, you're going to end up at the bottom of a swamp with 16 gators and a...
Oh, hell no. No, we know how to do it down here in Louisiana. Okay. No, I was just going to say, I found, you mentioned Warner Brothers. I thought his story, when he was asked about the whole thing, did you try to get her shit canned from the movies? When he said, I went to talk to the people at Warner Brothers because all this stuff was coming out and it wasn't true. And I needed to go talk to them about my side of the story. I'm paraphrasing what he said. And I'm like, yeah, I can believe that. Totally.
He did. I mean, actually, that totally. He did have a meeting with, so over, Fantastic Beasts 2, he did keep, Dan Wooten wrote that hit piece. Well, Adam Waldman and Johnny Depp met with, God, what's her name? J.K. Rowling, because she had power back then. It was not like now.
Yeah, but before she went sane.
Well, Umbrella, was that before or after Johnny? Was that before or after Johnny sold his yacht, right? He sold his yacht to J.K., right?
Yeah, that was, God, I can't remember. It might have been nearing the same time. I don't remember. I have to look at the.
Yeah, it might have been.
It was like 5 years ago, I think. Yeah.
What would have to happen right after that is, she had to help push that up the line with Warner Brothers. So the way I always, I took the inference from is you had J.K. Rowling, Adam Waldman, and Johnny Depp approaching Warner Brothers because they did keep him with Fantastic Beasts. So they did believe him. They absolutely must have believed him there. The reason they canned him for 3 is because he had the balls to stand up for himself and he took it to court.
Yeah, exactly. Like, exactly. He most people don't go to court. Most people never bring these things to court and never get their justice and get their day in court at all. Bright Eyes says, have you seen the Jason Momoa's Amber Heard video parody?
Yes.
Okay, you have. I have not seen it.
What?
So
it's supposed to be Jason Momoa, reacted to videos. Oh, they're funny.
Okay. Vernon Copeland says, I bet $5 a TMZ got fired because the guy got fired because of Amber Heard. By the way, this is John Yarber, Internet Commando. It's possible TMZ Draco could have gotten expelled for not taking out Dumbledore, aka Johnny Depp. So I mean, it's very possible. We'll share the picture info Twitter handle. I am at The Legal Mindset. Miss Treat, would you think if at least one of the 7 jurors will notice the Molly text to be incoming instead of outgoing? Question it. They have that evidence, so all they have to do is look at the evidence. It says incoming. That's not redacted.
Do jurors that I realize they're not supposed to, but do jurors go home and read their look online and see what the fuck's going on and stuff?
You're not supposed to, but Tug, I'm gonna be honest with you. I believe, and I've said this on other channels for other cases, there's no fucking way. It's not possible. It's not possible to, unless you are literally not going online, which I do not believe in 2022, especially with this jury. Frankly, I'm going to say it. I'm here in Korea. By the way, that's that area of Fairfax is like near Little Korea, right?
Yes.
In fact, I know people that have like lived there. So yeah, you're saying you're nodding your head. So like,
Yeah.
I'm on
my Korean barbecue.
I'm on the metro all the time. These Korean motherfuckers cannot put their phones down. They're on the internet. They're gaming. They're doing everything else. There's no way you're not going to see when you're pulling up there a notification with news about this trial.
Yes.
Now it may be incidental. Maybe you don't click on it, but there's no way. And I guarantee you, at least one of them has pulled up social and a video is just played and they've let it finish. Okay, even if they're not trying, if they're on TikTok and they're scrolling, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get an Amber Heard video and a Johnny Depp video.
Yep.
So I guarantee you they've seen something. There's no way. I just don't believe it nowadays in modern day. Now, is that a problem? We can debate that, right? And how would you stop that? Well, have quicker trials. Maybe if you really want to sequester them, but that's going to piss them off if you sequester them. So that's like, we can debate that. I think that's a double-edged sword. House Atreides says, can Depp's team bring in a rebuttable text expert for those text messages, then go in after the incoming hey VR? So I guess, I don't know if you know House Atreides here, or it's just a Dune reference.
House Atreides is an old school Midnight's Edge buddy. So
I love Dune.
Yeah.
So I love Dune.
I
love the Dune.
Oh, hell yeah.
What'd you think about the
Dune.
new one? What'd you guys think about the new one?
The
This
new
is totally
movie?
related. Yeah. Did you like it or not?
Loved it.
I like Denis Villeneuve. I liked it. I can't wait for the next one. I mean,
oh, go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead.
I was going to say, I couldn't believe they brought it up in the courtroom and he like schooled that so-called media expert that Depp was.
Really? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, expert.
Expert. I mean,
she didn't even know that Duncan, Idaho, he's going to play a quintessential part in upcoming movie. It's like, yeah, okay, you're really
And
an
then
expert.
she goes, ha, 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 like that little giggle, like, oh yeah, I just got caught looking like really stupid.
It's like, let me explain Golas to you, bruh. No, but Dune really is one of the series I read as a kid, like the books. Like I read the books like way back in the day. I think it was like quintessential science fiction.
Yes.
Yes. So Pinky says, you are snarky and cheeky. I love it. I saw you on Ellie Buy, maybe Legal Bites, and I subbed. I'm Team Johnny Depp. Not a fan though. Team Turd is trash. I know a liar when I see one. Heart. Thank you, Pinky Pink. Appreciate that. Anita Taylor says, just watch Corgi-san YouTube videos. Split screen Johnny Depp says how he feels. No shit. Amber Heard is studying him. Creepy. Money on another performance tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I think that tomorrow's going to be a big day. There's going to be a lot of, this is the day. This is it, right? This is all. They've only got one day left. 7 hours for Johnny, 1 hour for Amber. That's all she wrote, folks. So, and then we've got we've got closings tomorrow. So the case is over. The case in chief should be over today. There should be nothing left other than closings tomorrow. And closing, you can kind of go wild on. So that's a separate ballpark. Omni Helix says, what kind of time frame do you expect for a jury deliberation? Ooh, that's interesting. I'm interested to hear what you guys think. I think, honestly, under an hour.
They've been going through this
Total
for
deliberation
weeks now.
time is an hour. Is that what you said? I'm sorry, I cut out.
I think they can leave and come back in an hour. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. Yeah,
I can't argue with that too much. I really, yeah. All right.
Tug, do you have any thoughts on what the deliberation time?
I don't know.
You don't want to do it? You're just going to be on edge the entire time.
And I'm sorry, I cut out. Christina, you were talking. I apologize. That was rude. You were talking and I kind of went in and out. But
No, I just think that's possible. They're young people on this jury, young Asians. I think they kind of know what's up. I think everybody here is over it. After 6 weeks, they're going to be like, all right, let's get back to our lives. We've seen.
Yeah. I've got streaming to do.
I mean, maybe a couple hours a day at most. But the last thing that I was really like paying attention to was this Michigan Whitmer kidnapping plot thing, and I was a very unexpected deliberation from the jury there and verdict. I was surprised.
How long did that one take in Whitmer? How long did that take in Whitmer?
2 days.
2 days.
And
Okay, yeah.
yeah, it was a mistrial on 2 and an acquittal on the others.
Here's
on
the thing
other
about
2.
this one. Here's the smart thing. And the Judge Ascanante, I think he did it, and she did it intentionally, because this is a weekend, and then I guess it's Memorial Day weekend, right? So it's a holiday weekend, right? What she's saying is, do you guys really want to come in back on a Tuesday after a holiday weekend? And I can also make you come in on a Saturday of a holiday weekend. You want to do that? You want to do that? No? You want to make a decision real quick? I think it pushes them to make the decision that day swiftly. I mean, I think the outer end would maybe be 4 or 5 hours, but I think they can make that decision swiftly.
You think they'll drop it on Friday for sure?
I think so. I really do. I think.
Yeah, I would think like I would be motivated to make up my mind before the if I look at that, I would be motivated to do it.
There may be one of them. There is the ones that are taking a lot of notes. Maybe they want to talk about it, but frankly, if the majority of them made up their mind and like the 1 or 2 wants to talk about it, okay, yeah, 4 hours, no more than that. Allison says, next up on this channel, how to conditionally format Excel spreadsheets. Oof. Court TV reported that Amber Heard being called back in defense rebuttal. Okay, let me be very clear, and I'm trying to be nice about this. I love Shenlei. She seems a very nice girl. Right, Christina, you met Shenlei, right?
Yeah, she's nice.
She's nice. She seems like she's a friendly person, right?
Yeah,
she's hot, right?
She's hot. She's very easy to talk to.
Right?
Yeah.
Easy on the eyes, easy on the lips, all that good stuff. But she's made some mistakes. Let's just say it.
Yes, she has.
She's made some mistakes. She said that Johnny Depp was going to be called by Amber as a rebuttal, as a witness, as a hostile witness. That didn't happen. So I think that, and also I think that may be her playing into Amber Heard's team.
I think she's talking to Amber's PR guy.
Yes, David Shane.
Yeah, I think a little bit of a chummy relationship's going on there. Just saying.
They were
Mr. Grabass.
Hey, Court TV was heavily pro Amber Heard before this started. Heavily pro Amber Heard. They were egregious about it. They took that cabinet slamming video, they boiled it down to 6 seconds, but not only that, they hyper zoomed into the middle of it. So it looked like he, instead of grabbing the phone, it looked like he was grabbing her by the arm and shaking her. And they put it out there. It looked like an assault,
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. And once again, that's all their choice. They chose to do these things to selectively edit and put that information out there, and put only information favorable to Amber Heard. They could have put out counter information favorable to Johnny Depp, but the mainstream media has chosen consistently not to do that until, by the way, LawTube and everybody else like Tug out there, everybody out there, put this information out. Until we did that, they weren't really shifting the narrative. Blue-Eyed Roof Korean the Based says, is it bad if the defense filed TMZ's guy's subpoena? Yes. Well, by the way, if Amber Heard's side filed that and they're trying to, out the same corner of their mouth, argue that he shouldn't be allowed to testify,
there's only really one reason they would have done it.
And why was that guy? You saw his eyes. He was going like this.
Oh, he shit the chair. He shit the chair.
He knows it was
his
him.
Face.
He knows it was him. And I think Andrea was talking about Andrea Burkhart, because the TMZ guy lives in California and they're in Virginia. There's like a complicated process for service to somebody who's foreign. Foreign means living in another state. And because of that, they probably haven't finished the service under the statute. So it probably was like mid-service. So he hadn't been fully considered served yet. So that was probably like a preliminary notice or something else like that. So that's why I think they got real shifty about that situation. Or it shows the TMZ and the defense are working together. Why did the TMZ attorney sit with the defense counsel?
Yeah.
Highly inappropriate. Should have been sitting, back, removed, or to the side or off, but not with them. That was really weird.
You could make a 10-minute clip video when this trial's over of nothing but facial reactions from Amber Heard's team of shit that went on.
No, just facial reactions in general. Throw in the court, throw in a DUI guy.
We need DUI guy and James in there.
Susan Dolan says, you mean Umbrella God, don't you? Yes.
Oof.
Yes, we do. But by the way, TLC attorney asking for objection is he's obviously thinking that the judge is stupid. # arrogance from Joshua. Yeah, the TMZ attorney had some fucking balls.
Yes, he did.
pretty much, you know, he said to the judge, your shit's gonna get appealed. He pretty much said that, and not so many words, right?
Yeah.
That you're going to get an appeal if you don't grant this, which is something that is essentially a threat. You don't do that to a judge, especially if you have a good argument. Frank the Tank says, Valiant.
I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this.
How are you throwing your voice into another chat window? Tug, I know you missed this, but it is now canon, especially on my channel, that you are Valiant Renegade, that you are the same person. That's it. You and Valiant are the same guy. It is what it is.
Hang on. Watch this.
All right. Now both of you say something.
Okay. Yeah, Valiant.
That umbrella guy is going to talk now, and I'm going to be quiet.
Okay.
What did you say? Wait. Yeah. Wait.
It is similar. It is.
It is.
And there you go, folks. Not the same person.
Not the same guy.
Yeah, proof.
Yeah.
No, the running gag
you're
Tug
never,
for like
you're
the
never
last
gonna
couple of nights.
dismiss it.
Yeah, the running gag Tug is that people thought I was you.
That's hilarious.
Because like I got on camera all of a sudden under a different alias. I'm really Tug, and I'm just kind of taking out a little bit of that Appalachian accent and just going, because you have such a smooth voice. Tug's voice is better than mine, y'all. I can't be him. So,
but you can.
Well, hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day.
Literally, Tug, that was one of my first super chats. Is, can you get Valiant to say hey there?
Yeah. I don't know why, but yeah. I take it as a compliment, I guess.
You have to drag that out farther to get that southern though. You got to be like, hey there. You know, you got to.
Tug's from a different part of the South. Like I'm from New Orleans, which is like one part of the South.
Y'all are all
and then there's Appalachian, Tennessee, Georgia South. That's
Appalachian South. That's right.
Appalachian
yeah.
The deep South, man.
I was living in Waynesville, North Carolina for a while, where the last shot of the Civil War was fired. And when I was working with the locals there were literally times at which I would say, y'all got to say that shit again in English because I don't understand a fucking word. I don't understand a word you're saying right now. And I love them. They were great guys. They would laugh their ass off because sometimes they would do it intentionally just to just to make sure I didn't understand.
Oh my goodness.
But Mexican Iron Man says, please accept this contribution for the legal defense fund against the inevitable cat attack wave that Elaine is planning against Tug. Oops, I meant the Umbrella Man Twitters. By the way, Tug, if you get an interview with Johnny Depp, that will be the most glorious thing as the controller of his Twitter. I will be
Please,
so
God, make it happen.
Yeah.
Please make it happen.
Yeah. Nest Dog says, what is the likely outcome of this trial? I mean, I've said I am predicting Johnny Depp gets the W in between $10 to $20 million recovery. I mean, that's what I predict. I don't know if anybody here wants to predict anything else. Obviously, it's always possible that you can get a juror that goes rogue and you don't get a decision for Johnny. But I think we're all on the same page, at least regarding the counterclaim. Like that getting thrown out.
I cannot see how you lose that counterclaim. I mean,
7 jurors are not going to agree on that one.
Not after yesterday. Not after yesterday. That was decimation to the exponential power of 27. Yep. I mean, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, and they literally been saying that some of the jurors, when Amber's experts were on, just turned and looked away.
That's what I'm saying. Before they even did the counter arguments yesterday, before they had those rebuttal witnesses, I'm sitting there with my financial brain going, what? Like, I can't. I'm listening to Amber's witnesses, and I'm like, I mean, I'm not a wizard or anything, but I've been doing math a while, and I don't know what the hell. I could not figure out what she was talking about. Then the rebuttal witnesses go, and everything the rebuttal witnesses were saying, and I've been trying to be as impartial as possible on this, but it's really kind of hard, especially considering Elaine and her team sucks. But the rebuttal witnesses that came in yesterday was just, I'm sitting there going, yeah, that's right. Yep. Math, numbers, data. Oh, you brought all those. Other side didn't. I mean, I don't know what's left for her counterclaim. They have an hour left. They have an hour left tomorrow to try to figure out What y'all want to do? Fuck it. I have no
Yeah,
idea what they've got left in the can.
But see, you didn't realize this. See, Elaine's actually been meeting with a mock jury. I actually have a picture of it right here if you'd like
Oh,
to
really?
see it.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Let's
check this out.
Oh, yeah. So let me check out this mock jury here you got.
Yeah.
Oh,
You making the point here? Yeah. She got him up there, and she's like,
Oh,
Yep.
my God.
Mhm. She's like,
You got
juror number
rent
56,
free.
meow meow.
oh
Yep.
God.
It's that umbrella man. He did it.
It was all the umbrella man. He stole our mail yesterday. He's coming after us. I mean, if anything, Tug, you've been more of the victim of that than they have, right? I mean, in terms of harassment and whatnot.
It's been interesting for sure.
I bet.
Yeah. People are dying in the chat over this. Very good. Okay, let me run through some more of these. Honey, I don't give a fuck, Badger says, I don't care what Elaine would say if Tug had Dr. Muffin over for drinks.
Dr. Mommy.
Some sweet tea. Joshua Cornelius says, can whoever wrote those fishy texts, pun intended, be called to refute Amber's lawyers? I mean, technically, but at this point, it's kind of fucking late.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're late in the game.
Yeah, we're a little late in the game for that. And you don't trial by ambush. Last day of the trial, put a surprise judge. That's asking for an appeal. Surprise witness, asking for an appeal. Ken Mitchell said she had a rebuttal for her counterclaim. Okay, yes, she'll get that rebuttal. Can someone copyright the last 2 seconds of the video? It has no owner. Okay.
Which particular video, I guess?
Yeah. Deadline reports that Heard will testify tomorrow and get in the last word. Amber is her own worst enemy. First of all, I'll believe it when I see it. Okay, there's some bullshit out there. We'll see. If Amber comes up, she'll have nothing to say about the counterclaim. I mean, I don't know what. I literally don't know what she would say that bolsters the counterclaim. It would be preposterous. But of course, Amber would try to get the last word. That would be Amber if she actually does it. And for no reason, right? To add nothing, but to get destroyed on cross by Camille Vasquez again. Like, that would be glorious. My favorite was when he said, can he object? The judge was like, what are you? not a party. Yeah, the whole thing is like, it's a basic of the law, right? View Galaxy, thank you for that super chat. The basic law is you have to be a party to object. So how are you not allowed to? That's like a violation of the fundamentals of this case. And here's the thing: there's something to allow them to interject or get involved in the case. It's called the interpleader, right? So if they file an interpleader or a third-party complaint, you can become a party. But they said they didn't want to do that because there's all sorts of other things that come in if you want to become a party, and also the discovery that would open up TMZ to if they became a party. So of course they don't want to do that because TMZ doesn't want to open up the books even more than they already are opened up and get the real facts, because then they'd be in trouble, right?
You know what it reminded me of? I mean, if anybody's a Family Guy fan, like old school Family Guy, when Peter was on trial and they're going around the courtroom and everybody, all the parties involved in the case, Peter Griffin's on the stand, or Brian was on the stand, maybe. Oh no. And the Kool-Aid guy busts in through the wall.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, that was TMZ today. That was TMZ. They just busted in from nowhere. Like, who the fuck is this? And that was it. And the judge was like, every time I say something, damn Kool-Aid guy breaks in here. You know, but that was what we had.
Yep. I mean, and of course, like the guy, the lawyer, he looks like this, the cartoon guy right here, you know? This is what he looked like. I forget this
dog.
The droopy hound dog guy.
Dog.
I forget what the guy's name is, but he looks like that dude. Yeah. Was it Droopy?
Yeah. Droopy, yeah.
Aww,
Droopy
that's
dog.
cute.
Yeah. Daniel Chapman said, congrats, pre-lunch beverage, much deserved. Thank you so much. I'm on an empty stomach, but hey, drinking in the morning with your friends is always permitted, right? Not that Amber, today was epic. Amber Heard's face during Kate Moss's testimony made me cackle. Like you did it to yourself.
Yep.
Man, what do you think about Kate? Tug, what do you think about Kate Moss?
Oh God, I thought that was decimating because name recognition, like that. The people know who Kate Moss is, and she name dropped her. And I mean, getting Kate Moss in there, period. Like Kate Moss doesn't do appearances. She's never been part of litigation at all. And for her to just come in there and say, yo, this is a lie. Hopefully, I'm hoping that resonates with at least one person because, all you got to do is take apart one thread and say this is messed up, and for some people it'll tear everything apart. So
exactly. Just it's one little thread to pull at. Not that Amber. Oh no, so we got Army Mom says a Johnny Depp win will finally end guilt by association. Yes, it'll be a big win. Against these accusations. Go ahead.
You know what though? Like I still hear people say like, okay, they've still made up their mind about people like Manson. Like when I started covering Johnny Depp, the reaction, like if you talk about Manson publicly, people are still denouncing the hell out of him. And you're like, if you talk about him, you're a sexist and all this. That's the way they were with Depp when I first picked this up. That's exactly the same way the social tide was.
I think that the one thing that's different there is Manson's persona, right?
But see, it means we didn't win anything. Like that's my problem
I know.
with it.
I agree with that.
I mean,
I agree with that. That we got to learn a lesson. It's not just Johnny because you like Johnny's movies. It's everybody, even if there's somebody that is somebody you wouldn't agree with, even if you don't like his music, right? I mean, it doesn't mean he deserves to be ridiculed, given false charges, right? Just because he looks like somebody that you wouldn't bring home to dinner with your mom, you wouldn't bring him to church with you. But it doesn't mean he's a bad person, and certainly it doesn't mean that he's a rapist.
Yeah. Even if you think they're convincing, people thought Amber Heard was very convincing at the first. When you see it on paper, it's a little easier to swallow than when you saw her on that stand. When you heard it finally, it took 6 years to put that tale together finally, and it took. It took 12, 20 million. God knows how much money. I heard $12 million. At first I heard $6 million.
12?
What? Yeah, 12. Because
Johnny's costs are total. This is like total cost for everything.
No, this is Johnny because I mean he went 6+ getting to here, and then there was a lot of external costs too. So I've been hearing like $12
and once you get to
million.
trial, it goes up tremendously.
I mean, I've been here. Yeah, I mean, that's an insane amount of money, but
yeah,
it's what I've been hearing,
Think of all the research, all the paralegals, the legal analysts and researchers, the expert witnesses. Look at
multiple lawyers.
I was going to say,
I'll say it. I mean,
no. I was going to say Captain Dumbass yesterday. Catherine Arnold got up there. I've been working on this for 3 years. What was your bill? $60,000. I'm like, for fucking what? I mean,
right?
Dr. Muffins, man, she was like, at 100,000 today. Well, I don't really know. 200,000, not really sure. 300,000. No, that's too much. I thought, holy crap, 200,000. I'm in the wrong profession.
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah.
No. Whatever Curry wants, you pay her.
Exactly.
It's a good gig. It's a good gig. Expert witnessing is a good gig. You have to have niche knowledge, and you have to be able to respond well on the stand. So here's the thing. Amber's witnesses are now going to be, their business is going to dry up real quick.
Oof.
Their grift is going to go away. But Johnny's witnesses,
oh God.
They're going to get a lot. Dr. Muffins is going to be a very wealthy woman.
Oh, you ain't kidding.
She will be the go-to from now on. And she's going to get board certified just to be like, fuck you.
Some college or certification will give her a certification without even the classes, just to get the notoriety in the PR.
She was laughing at that one. I was like, that's just a little petty dig to call her unprofessional or unqualified, and the implication is disgusting, especially, by the way, in a case where you're like #believe all women, right? #believe all women, but you're going to accuse her of a woman of sexual impropriety for having lunch with a client. That is peak sexism. That is peak bigotry, right? Where you're going to say that because she was having lunch with a client with drinks, what they like fucked? No, it's like, that's disgusting. That's literally an insult to both of them.
They played how we got to the muffin thing, period. Like that was ridiculous. Anyway, you're so jealous of Amber Heard that, I mean, come on. That was weird. Either you were envious. I couldn't, they changed the narrative. At first it was you're envious. Then you wanted to burn her down. You were kind of jealous. I was like, what the fuck are they going with?
But it's a projection of Amber's jealousy. It's all projection of Amber's, of what's going on with Amber, because Amber cannot stand all these beautiful women around Johnny Depp. It's driving him fucking wild.
No, I was going to say real quick, one thing I can give you an example. I can tell you in my career, 20 years doing what I'm doing. I mean, there are some of us that sit around and go get their, in our industry, a quote unquote board certification called the CFP, the Certified Financial Planner. I know a lot of CFPs. half of them are dumb as shit. Okay, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
No, I know you're not lying.
I've been a financial advisor, stockbroker. I mean, I've been doing retirement plan 20 years in the insurance business and the stockbroker business. I know a bunch of CFPs. Now, I started the CFP track, and then I realized this is going to take up a bunch of time. It's going to cost me a shit ton of extra money every year. And my clients really don't give a shit if I have it or not. They just want to know if I'm going to do my job. So that's kind of when she said that to me, it resonated. I'm like, I don't care if she's board certified. Does she know what she's talking about?
Exactly.
Does she come across as being authoritative? Is she relating to the jury? Unequivocally, yes. And that's the same thing. So you can flash all your little certifications. Like we have my God, my business has a boatload of certifications, and half of them are absolute bullshit.
Yep.
Okay. It doesn't mean that you know what you're talking about. So when Elaine got up there, are you board certified? I went, I'm sorry. I just didn't buy into any of that. I thought that was stupid.
Yeah. It's so funny. It's credentialism. And we see that especially among certain group of people, especially the people on the left, the far left, the very, the SJW sides, they go to the credentialism, like, so you're not an X, right? It's the whole, I'm not a biologist situation, right? It's, you don't need to be a specialist to understand basic facts. Let's just be real. And there's some people who in your life, you've had experience, which is giving you the knowledge that you need. I know people that know case law better than I do. It doesn't matter that I'm a lawyer. It doesn't give me a fucking magic wand to know case law automatically. No, it's a way of thinking, which is why I have this my channel, Be Your Own Judge, Legal Mindset. Like, it's about giving you guys the way of thinking, teaching you how we think so you can do it for yourselves. I don't want to be the one making these decisions for you guys. You have to do that for yourself. If you're able to think and assess, you can do that on your own. And there are people that do that better than I do. And hats off to them for doing that, right? Because you need people like that are focused on issues, and we cannot exclude people simply because they don't have a fucking degree, especially when the degrees are propaganda mills. But that's a whole separate episode. Not even gonna fucking touch that right now. Mandrake says they can't stop themselves from tripping and opening the door to their own restrictions for the other party. Yes. Elrod said, is Amber on the stand tomorrow? And then check Twitter. So I'll check Twitter a little later. Amber on the stand, I think we commented on that. If she is, it's a crazy move, but we'll see, right? We will see.
She was comparing her to Dr. Hughes anyway. Dr. Hughes is an abbreviation collector. That's that's what we call him in our industry. And I'm in the same thing. Okay, the difference between someone like her and like myself. I work with poor people. I work with the fucking poor. We get in the trenches. We work with the people who cannot afford to pay us $500 an hour, and we don't collect little letters behind our names. It's not. I mean, there are a lot of the people who want to claim that's the way they go. And like I said, I thought Dr. Curry made sense. Again, you're not supposed to remote diagnose people. So when I look at the diagnosis, again, I wouldn't say what I would add to it or subtract from it, but I would say a lot of what she says. Yeah, the malingering stuff, especially. God, you hit someone in the 98th percentile. Whew, man, usually you only get people that test like that. Typically, if they're court ordered for something, they're coming in, they're trying to win custody or something like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't get them. Like even clients coming in, faking for something, they don't test that high.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you think Team JD can introduce or prove that Amber Heard paid money for the videos released at TMZ? That won't come in on this trial, right? We're done with the TMZ photos, so I think that's going to be there. That's going to be out. Teresa says, Tug, check out the tweet pertaining to a broken bottle. Pray emoji. Okay. Yeah. Justin Bailey says, just interest alone on 7 million pays her pledges. The pledges she doesn't have to pay. Yep. Justin Zabolis says they warned us about this in the SEC, but this is the best thing I've ever seen. Yes, this is good. Tana Jelson says, I wrote a review to ET Canada regarding their misinfo about the trial facts and notice they're a bit more accurate. Maybe, but they do have their own agenda. The only reason why I recommended ET Canada's stream was because they have a small logo, unlike Law and Cuck and some of the other ones that have a giant logo. Court TV has a tramp stamp of a logo. It's just like out there. It is. It's a fucking huge logo. ET Canada's in the corner.
I love the
It's
tramp
really
stamp part of it. That was.
It's like, it's like. And they're so proud. They're so fucking proud of literally streaming public domain. They're so proud of all they're doing is they have a camera in there and they're recording it and they're restreaming it. And they're so fucking proud of that.
It's because they don't want you to be able to hit their recording. Like the like a Sky News or something. They have a tiny little logo in the bottom. And it's like, all right.
Well, Rick, but the whole reason is they try to, and they try to say, oh, that gives us the right to go after Nick Rekieta, to go after people who are streaming, is because we put our logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
That does not transform its nature as public domain.
Right.
You freaking idiots. It pisses me off. And guys, this is like a Law 2 problem because a lot of us like to stream. We like to show clips. And when these motherfuckers are trying to copyright strike us and do this other shady shit, it's disgusting. And TMZ was part of that, which is why I was so glad to see TMZ get owned.
Yeah.
That was a personal victory. I was like, fuck you guys. Fuck you for trying to mess with us over public court documents.
Oh, dude. Did you get hit with TMZ then?
Yeah, I got hit with it. Yeah, and I clipped it. I clipped it out. I just clipped it out. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you guys, because I know that you don't own the. I mean, if you do own the copyright, this is disgusting. And number two, you might not. Anyways.
You want to see some crazy, check this shit out.
Oh,
so,
shit, bro. I mean,
look at this. So here's copyright, look, 11.
Oh
my God.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Guys, that is epic. That is like legendary.
Are they all copyright claims?
They are. And I think I closed 2 other ones out, but there's 11 showing. I mean, they've been massacring my life.
So for those of y'all in the chat of the audience that don't realize, that's YouTube Studio. That's what we live by on here. Yeah, that's our back end. So yeah, we're laughing at it, but for those of you who don't get
that's
it,
that's not funny though, because it's funny, but it's not funny.
I'm collecting them like trophies.
It's like Pokemon. Like you're gonna get to 150 at this point.
Oh,
you know?
I got a bunch from TMZ. I'm like, you bastards. That and James Corden show. They've been
really.
Yeah, man. They've been coming after that stuff.
He still has a show.
Well, they claim it's real. So
there you go.
Oh my goodness.
Mike says, "Congrats on 60K. We need to get you to 100K by jury." I would love that, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I would love that. 100K by jury decision. Gonbei with my Jinro 24 that I buy in 1.57 milliliters here in Dallas. Awesome. I'm actually going to be in Dallas for a little bit. I'm not doing a meetup. I'm going to try to be at Anime Matsuri, though. I actually have time. I have that in my schedule, so I'm going to try to be there because I'm going to meet a lot of people there. So I think that should be a good time. Mandalore Y says, I resent your nasty text claim. In order to have a flavorful text, it requires me to have people I know to text.
Aww.
Shoemaker says, send pics to info to your Twitter. Okay, I'll check that later. Elrod said, see Chan Court TV tweet of Amber Heard taking the scan tomorrow. Once again, I love Shanley, but she's been wrong before. I don't believe her anymore. Like, I'm not going to take it what she says as like fact. It's like I take it as rumor, right?
You think they would be that desperate to throw her? To put her on the stand because of the counterclaim?
She just may be desperate in general. So
they got like an hour or something. You think they'd burn their hour to?
It'd be all Amber.
Yeah, that seems really desperate.
Well, that was gonna be my question to you, Tug. Is if as closely as you followed this, do you have any thoughts on? Is there anybody left out there that you can think of that would be somebody at this point, at this level, 0-hour desperation that Team Amber might call that we haven't seen yet?
They don't have anyone left. They really
fair enough. Yeah,
that's been there. If you go over, if you really want to feel for who's on what, even with the UK trial was wide open. You had a lot more people in it. They were basically pulling out all the stops. Well, if you go over to the witness statements here, this will give you a feel for the freaking trial. If this is This is like their trial board almost. Okay, so you had all the Johnny Depp, folks in there. All right, then you get down to Amber Heard. All right, now one of these all of these are Amber Heard, so you gotta take her out. You have her sister, you have her buddy, you have somebody that didn't, I mean, look, like there's nobody. And one of these, like that actually wasn't pro Amber. She turned on her, so you got to remove that. That was it. They're just a little friend group, and like a makeup artist. She also had a PR person that was supposed to come in, but maybe she got eliminated because of she was one of the disputed ones. She apparently dodged the subpoena in LA. So yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's it. I can't think of anybody else.
Yeah, that you would have like no secret witnesses or secret. I mean, that's the whole point with Amber is that she's burnt out all these people or had to pay them.
Yes.
Melanie Ramsey says, regarding the doctor photos, can Elaine in the dumpster train get in trouble for submitting the same photo as two different exhibits, knowing they were actually the same photo, just color enhanced? No, if the judge allowed it in, they cannot get in trouble for it, right? Now, if there's some like backroom shenanigans where like Elaine lied and knowingly edited a photo and like as a lawyer knows, then yeah, she can get sanctioned for that, especially by the bar, right? But the chances of that happening are low because you have to like prove that Elaine knew and like knowingly did it, and proving knowledge is always very difficult. Rebecca says, Elaine is showing her 15 minutes of fame as an attorney was argumentative. In the way she said it, it was a dig at Amber Heard, not the TMZ guy. Maybe. I think it was a dig at I think it was just a dig in general. Tyler Nichols says they handled a TMZ guy witness perfect. Didn't open the door for an appeal and didn't open a lawsuit for the witness. And we read between the lines.
Yes. The implication was there.
Yep. Samantha Bogue says, I still can't believe the comeback of the TMZ guy. It was fucking legendary. Chuck Cook says, if Johnny Depp wins, we'll have finally reached herd immunity.
Bazing!
Mary Mayhem says, look at all the boyish charm.
Love you.
Guns Down Inhale says, Valiant Renegade is Tiny Tug. It explains a lot.
This is never going to go away. You know what? I will take it. I'll take it. I'm
Valiant,
proud. I will take it.
The more you resist it, the more the chat is going to flame you. You just have to own it. You are now Tug. You are now Tug. It's okay.
Maybe it's calculated.
Yeah. Dead Girl says, can Tug comment on the TikTok made by an Amber Heard account? Videos sent to both of your inboxes on Twitter.
Talking about the horse video, is that what you're talking about? Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, what did you see the horse video? Like, what's going on?
I mean, I don't know where it originated from. It popped up out of nowhere. I didn't recognize it from Instagram or any other place. So
are we talking an Amber Heard horse video or an Amber Heard Tijuana donkey?
This is not a Tijuana situation.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Get your mind out of the mackerel.
It was just some random. I saw it when the sorry for the death threats, one was going around again, and I don't know where it came from.
If Tug needs security, move to Australia. I'll take it on, says Matt Bond for 2 Australian. Aaron Martin says, as someone who's been through what Amber Heard is faking, I don't believe one word of her testimony. Loving you on Rekieta Law. Yes, I'm glad you're watching, and I'll be over there probably today as well. Chelsea Gibson says, what can Amber Heard accomplish with that hour left? Well, not much, but she can try. It'll be interesting to see what she tries to do.
Hey, I got to bounce. I got a kid waking up, running around.
Tug,
I can hear him.
Thank you so much for joining us, man. Catch you later and see you in the evening. Peace.
Yep. God bless.
So, yeah, she's not going to be able to accomplish much. Jay says, you people claim to talk slow in the South, but it's only when you're around, just so y'all can keep up.
True.
Also, only when like Yankees are around. Okay, I get that.
Correct.
Christy says Yankees and like people from not really the South, like me and Christina from South Florida, which is like not really the South.
Well,
I mean, y'all look. Traditionally, anything south is south of the Mason-Dixon line. So.
But you understand, though, like
Florida's its own.
It's its own thing.
It's its own thing.
It's just really its own thing. Like I pretty much live in like Havana North. Like that's not really, the same thing.
It's
but
that's a good point.
Yeah, I'll take my honorary Southerner card as a Florida man. I always say, by the way, when anybody tells me like, oh my God, you're one of those Florida men, I'm like, no, I am the Florida man. Are subpoenas part of the public record? Is there any way to find out who ordered the late night subpoena? Amber Heard's team is squirming in their seats during all that. They probably did. They probably had to inform the judge because remember they went up and had that sidebar.
Yes.
So they may have admitted it. So they may have come out. We're not going to hear it as the audience. We're not going to hear it, but I think we may learn about it later. You are in fact the parasol boy, correct? Ammonia-ridden sad feminist. Oh, I wish Tug would have gotten that one. Mad Bond says MJ has been cleared every case yet. Still gets lit. Still gets it. Was it Michael Jackson?
Yeah, and his child love.
Child love, yes. Ashley Capistrate says anyone who is naturally an empathetic person can see right through Miss Heard when she cries. I feel nothing for her. Yes.
Yes.
Lori Binkson says, so the hubby and I had an early voice print theory that incredibly average was Tug. We were so roped to this.
Oh.
Really? Inkle Gorkle says, would the lawyers of Johnny Depp represent Marilyn Manson, you think, at the Umbrella Guy? Oh, well, he's gone, but I would say they would be good options. I would definitely consider them. Psychologist versus psychiatrist. Professional who studies mental states versus medical doctor who specializes in mental health. Yes. Tracy 3 says, it was shocked that real Amber had started coming through during the week. She's been so animated, smirking, and giving looks from hell. I'm sure the jury had to pick up on her diagnosis. Yep.
You think?
Rock and roll Tyrannosaurus. I love that name. I had to get licensure for my job. It took a $500 exam designed to make you fail. Also, a $200 study guide that didn't help prepare you for the exam at all. Damn. What's your occupation that you had to do that licensure? Mirjan said top 3 moments from the trial so far. Let's do that. Valiant, top 3.
Oh my God. Oh, geez. That's a tough one. All right. So I'm going to have recent memory bias. But
that's fine.
Certainly, I think Johnny's original testimony was very powerful. I think the jury really got locked into that. I think the entirety, I don't know if I can pick a singular moment, but certainly I know what you're going
to say.
Richard Marks for sure in the rebuttal. Just destroyed Amber's shit. And then I would say, man, I don't know if it's the walking bottle of Chardonnay or Kate Moss that just, again, it's all these people that refuted Amber's claims of abuse and literally just turned it on its head and refuted every piece of it. Has to be some of the most powerful stuff. I'd really have to think about this one apart from that.
What did you say, Christina?
I liked Isaac Baruch. I thought he was pretty good.
You would like Isaac Baruch.
I liked Kate James. I thought she was pretty funny because she had to be Amber's assistant. She had to work for her. She had to be around her. I enjoyed her testimony. And then I guess Dr. Mommy.
Yeah, I was going to say 3 words. Johnny, Camille, Mommy. That's it. That's it right there.
There you go.
That's it. You have those 3 that tells you everything you need to know about this case. DeBrad32 says, thanks. Yes, thank you. Rachel Scudda says, do you think they bring Johnny Depp back tomorrow to address the incoming text? Maybe. It's possible. It is possible. Vermillionaire says, texted you a redo of the Gone Girl poster. Thank you very much for that.
Nice.
Jonathan said, last time on the screen before OnlyFans. Amber's last time on screen before OnlyFans. Yes, that's very true. Boogie says, Amber Heard wanted a spotlight one last time. Yep. Congrats, 60K. Yeah, cheers to you guys for 60K. Now I'm almost at 60.5K. So appreciate you guys coming through and giving me the and one. It really helps. And it helps get this message out there. As I grow, as we grow, we're able to have bigger and better conversations. William Taylor said, have they mentioned Johnny Depp is right-handed? Has that been brought in? I don't think that has been brought in. William Taylor says, sorry, I got that in. Renovation Bio says, anyone that is experienced in whatever craft they know, should the answer be question, are you recognized by the state profession? With no, I've only been doing it for 10 to 20 years. Yes. Yes.
It's exactly it.
It is and by the way, this is a Hollywood East Coast, and I'm going to say it, guys, it's going to piss some of you off, but there's a certain segment that is ultra woke, ultra SJW, that is obsessed with credentialism in LA, in New York City. It's disgusting.
In
It's
Louisiana,
divorce.
you have to pay $2,000 to become licensed as a fucking hair braider.
What?
That is wrong. No, and
I'm
this
not
happens all the time.
kidding.
And
You
you know what
hate
I
to
would
see
say?
it.
And you know what I say too? And this is not legal advice, but I always say in a situation like that, this is when you have to assess what is the fine for not getting that licensure versus just doing it. Like, what's the risk reward, right? Like, what's my chance of getting caught versus the fine for not having the license?
The
Because if you
funeral
look at it-
directors in Louisiana about 15 years ago sued a bunch of monks who built handcrafted coffins because they weren't part of the Louisiana Funeral Undertakers Association.
Oh, come on.
They didn't conduct funerals. They just built the caskets. They were building handmade caskets for like a third of the price of these ridiculously overpriced jerk you off funeral homes. And they took them to court.
Yeah.
That's insane. Rude.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's really crazy. I mean, and these people all try to protect their industry, and it's disgusting. So let me just type in a little bit in the chat as some people are just checking in and saying thank you, which I always appreciate, guys, because I appreciate the thanks. Even if you aren't able to say super chat, I appreciate seeing you guys say thanks in the chat. I really do. The Positive Universe Project by David G. Amber Heard has been empathetic about hating to be called a liar. Do you think she's terrorized her lawyers into believing her? I think she's traumatized these lawyers. I think they're at this point they have PTSD, right?
You know Rottenborn's getting the whip.
Right. He may like it though.
I know.
Elaine.
Elaine is a dominatrix. Let's just not go there. Dev Cho, if Depp didn't hit, you must have quit. Love it.
Yes.
Spire says, Valiant Renegade, can you do financial advising for folks in Georgia? Love Tug. I watch, listen to you, with you. Do you do financial advising in Georgia?
I'm licensed in Georgia, but I can't do this on YouTube. That's why I don't use the real name. I don't do finance because compliance in my world. I mean, it'd be great. I'd love
compliance.
to.
Yeah.
I can't. So I would just tell you to go out and find a reputable licensed financial advisor with a good broker dealer in your area. Talk to them about your personal situation to find out what's right for you. That's the best advice.
See, that's an ethical thing to do. See, the grifter is like, yeah, come to me. I'll give you whatever. 250, I got you.
Nope,
no, see,
not
so
me.
appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's only because that's what we have to do. I'm bound by that, and I don't want to get in trouble for it. I mean, I'm on YouTube to have fun, not to lose my career.
Yeah, so his follow-up says, love y'all, Valiant. Can you help me? And his help is go find somebody who's qualified. Which, by the way, what I say, because like a lot of people come to me and ask for lawyer recommendations, and I'm like, I can ask, but understand that like I'm in a different country. I cannot represent you in like a state that I'm not even barred in. In a practice area I don't practice in. And frankly, the type of clients that I have right now, very limited because I do have clients, and the type of work I did, both in corporate, real estate, stuff like that, is probably not what you're having. Like the issues that you have are probably not my areas of expertise. So go find somebody who's specialized, who knows what they're doing, who knows their shit, and has experience. Someone who's like Richard Marks, who knows their shit. That's the person you want. You do not want somebody who's bragging about their fucking certificates. If that's what they have to brag about, they don't have any real world experience and any real world results. Spacey Stacy says, are the closing arguments in a case like this, and does Amber Heard have time for that? Yes, it's a separate clock for closing arguments. Closing arguments are in a whole different clock. So they do have time.
I think, right?
2 hours apiece, and they get a rebuttal. Johnny's team gets a rebuttal. So what I would do is I would say my first part, because Johnny's team goes first, hour and 30 minutes, allow them to do their 2 hours and 30-minute rebuttal. That's how I would do it. Yes. That's how I think most of the lawyers do it. That's how I did a trial team. So I was like in the trial team. That's how you would do it for a trial team. But they can do it however they want it, right? They could do it an hour. They could do it an hour and 45 and 15-minute rebuttal, however they want to do it. Allison says,
I was going to say, just for the record, I think for the closing argument, I think they need less than 60 seconds for the open, and just for the whole closing argument. I think you just send Camille out there. She walks up to the jury, tilts her head back and laughs a little bit and goes, do I even need to say it?
Yeah.
We rest.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Allison says, I would say Amber Heard is moving her money to offshore accounts, but there isn't a country that would take it. I mean, there's countries that would take it, but she would get in big trouble if she was caught doing that intentionally. Peter Burkhardt said, question for Dig Expert. Did Amber Heard modify the images? Answer. She testified that she handed all the photos over to her defense team. So either she modified the images or her team did, or somebody hired by her team, right?
Yes.
That's possible. Dev Cho says Johnny Depp should get the role as Mira in Aquaman 2. Captain Sparrow.
Oh,
And
man.
Aquaman 3. William Taylor says, mention Johnny Depp being right-handed because all the bed shit or bruises were on the right side. Interesting. Spire says, thank you. God, I want to trust. Okay,
Yes.
guys, we caught up here. Guys, we did it. We did it. Thank you so
We
much.
did
Got
it.
through all of that. Seriously, though, guys, I appreciate your support. I appreciate you coming through and showing this. I am so excited. I am so excited to hear tomorrow's testimony to finish this up. Christina, is there anything particular that you would really look forward to hearing tomorrow? Let's say, hold on. What if Amber Heard gets on the stand?
Oh boy.
What would you expect to hear? What would you want to hear? Like, what would you?
I would just expect more of her psychosis to come through. I mean, you can see her now. She can't even hold in her crazy anymore. She's doing the weird shit, staring into the camera. She's smirking. She's sticking her nose in the air again. I don't expect much from her. I'm not really at this point. I think we've all seen it all. Like unless they have something really special they're holding on to, I think they're just kind of going to hit the highlights of everything.
They're just going to hit the high notes and then kind of get in and get out. Yeah. What do you think about that if they bring back Amber tomorrow, Valiant? Do you think they would? What do you think they would ask her?
I honestly, I don't even want to try to
speculate. Yeah,
no, I don't, because I really. They're going to ask her to respond, obviously, to what's been going on the last couple of days. And I would kind of suspect at this point, if I'm her defense team, I kind of know their goose is cooked one way. And I think the only thing they have to hope for at this point is to try to focus in and salvage her counterclaim to some degree. You know, if not that they win anything, but at least to maybe mitigate the damages that the jury would otherwise award Johnny at this point. I mean, something. They've got to come up with something to try to bring down the amount of smash that they've taken the last couple of days. And I don't mean good smash.
Not a fun smash.
No, it's been pretty bad. So I don't know what they're going to ask. I mean, I'm trying to think of what's been said the last couple of days that they're not going to have her respond to anything the experts said. Let's say that. I think if anything they bring her in for, they're going to ask for some sort of direct refutation, be it fact or or bullshit, against what Johnny might have said that relates to her counterclaim about the whole, when he talked to Warner Brothers. Because my understanding is the only thing that they can rebut at this point is for her claim, right? They can't come up there and refute anything that Johnny's team has said in relation to his claim. They can only come up at this point and talk about theirs. Is that right, or am I wrong?
Yeah. They can only talk about the counterclaim.
So then that's it. So then all they can do at this point is try to mitigate the damage and try to squirrel up as much sympathy to her counterclaim as they can. So I don't know. They got an hour, and a lot of that sounds like a lot of time, but I mean, considering how slow paced their team has been, I don't know what they can do.
Yeah. No, that makes complete sense. Question here: do you see Amber facing perjury for tampering with evidence investigation after this trial in the United States? So somebody sent me, and we talked a little bit about with Jordy. There was the LA investigation. So, but Nate came on, who's a police officer, and we talked about this. And Adam Waldman did file a perjury investigation, and there is an investigation there, and they have some due diligence. When someone files something, they have to look into it. But there's a 99.9% chance that they're not going to follow through with it because, number one, it's past the statute of limitations, which is 3 years, and two, it's for the type of testimony that they normally will not go after people for because they don't like to see indiscriminate use of perjury, right? So to charge people with perjury in some cases, but not others, they want to do things consistently. So perjury is something that they consistently don't charge people with unless it's super egregious. So in this case, statute of limitations, the timing, the egregiousness, it doesn't appear to be there to meet that standard. But good potential question. Allison says, top three, did you see Mr. Depp pee? when you move in the next day, and was she wearing any Amica cream?
Oh.
With Isaac Baruch, the Amica cream, that was really, really good. And like when he just laughed in her face, like literally.
That was amazing.
It's just like, I'm sorry, no. Pretty sure Amber's going to start moving her mouth around like Dr. Spiegel any day now. Oh my God.
Yeah,
all right, guys. If you want to see something, if you want to see something funny though, you guys asked for it, so I delivered my merch store. So I added the hoodies and the sweatshirts, right? So you can get your tank top, get your hoodies, your pullovers for hashtag Amber Turd, right? These actually I think these look really good. Once again, it's for the lulz. Like, I'm not trying to be like crazy market this, but if you guys want something for the lulz, a gag gift, I think these are pretty good right here. You've got them in all sorts of different things. If you want different stuff, let me know. I'll get it done. Also, if you guys have a design that you want and you want to mock up a design like an image or something, send it to me, and I'm happy to put it on something and throw it up if you want me to like mock up a design for you.
I ordered my coffee mug last night, and you should too.
There you go. And I've already got I think 6 people have already ordered. So I mean, they already like one stream where I showed that it already had 6 people order. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. It's just for the lulz, guys. It's 100% for the lulz, which is why we do a lot of things on Legal Mindset.
I hate to ask this. I have one total grift request before we close out.
Do it, Valiant. Do it. Grift hard. Grift hard. By the way, Valiant Renegade, Radix Verum, everybody else in my description.
Hi.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Renegade Jr.
Hello, Renegade Jr.
For those of you out there that are, his birthday is today, Star Wars Day, and his birthday do coincide May 25th. The real Star Wars Day, that is when Star Wars was released on May 25th, 1977. Renegade Jr. also has his own YouTube channel, Renegade Jr. Gaming. So if anybody out there watching,
I love it.
If you've got some kids at home, that loves doing Roblox stuff, he's over there. So I'm going to put the headphones on him. Let him tell you hello. Don't be cuckoo.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Say hi to Mr.
Hold
Andrew.
on. Let me pull this up.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. How's it going?
Good.
Wait, is it your birthday recently?
Yes.
How old are you?
11.
Awesome. Congrats. So is this your gaming channel right here? This is your gaming channel, right?
That's it.
Yes. That's you.
Okay,
That's so
guys,
cool.
I'm
love
going to put
it.
this link in the description, and I'm also going to put it right here in the chat. So it's now in the chat, and I'm going to put it in the description as well. Go check that out. So what's your favorite game to play, Renegade Jr.?
Well, usually I play like Roblox stuff. I like to play like Phasmophobia though.
Okay. Okay.
Steam games, Roblox games, kind of a mixture. So he'll stream from time to time. So I mean, I know a lot of people out there, like if y'all have kids like me, if you're my age, you got kids, they're 10, 11, 12 years old, 8 years old, they're probably on Roblox.
That's
what I'm
awesome.
talking about. So
yeah. No, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much. Look at this, guys. Right here, Renegade Jr. Look at this. Watch me. Boom. Subscribe. So I am now subscribed to you.
Yes.
I didn't know you had a channel, so I'm subscribed right now. Cool. I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna ding the like on all your videos. Awesome stuff. Guys, we need more people, people getting involved in this. And you may have just started and only have 500 views.
Well, you just went up about 40 subs.
But know that if you stick with it, you will do very well.
That's right.
So,
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. Now, his birthday was today. He took him out to his favorite oyster bar.
Yeah.
And, we had a good time, came home, and I was like, okay, I'm going on a show. And I was like, okay, he likes to jump. Like when I'm on with Doomcock, and Doomcock sent him a birthday card last year.
Yeah.
And I was,
for those who aren't familiar, by the way, Doomcock is a content creator that is not some S&M club that Valiant goes to. It is indeed a content
That's
creator.
true. I kind of forget.
Right.
Yeah. You forget because we're in this circle. I'm like, I know who he is, but I'm not sure everybody knows what Doomcock,
So if you look up Overlord DVD on YouTube, you will find he is one of the most prolific
on Star Wars specifically.
Star Wars, Marvel, Star Trek, kind of the Hollywood studios leakers and inside information, rumor guys out there. So
And by the way, I hope that he sees all of this. Go back and catch the replay. But you've got all of the birthday stuff here.
He caught a new turtle in the backyard tonight during the thunderstorm.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
I've had for like 3 years, Buttercup.
Okay.
Buttercup.
Buttercup.
Okay.
Yep. There we go.
I like it. I like
Has
it.
the same birthday as me. I found out. You can
Oh.
tell her age.
I won't even ask how you judged a turtle. Go to bed. God. I got nothing for that. We're just gonna roll with it.
Yeah.
So,
That is so cute.
Guys, that was fucking amazing. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you indulging.
Brightness here. Wholesome moments on otherwise deviant legal mindset. Where I'm going to say, literally, I'm going to follow that up by listen to my Beavers unit and hit the smash and like button and subscribe on my live chat. I always love when my Beaver talks for me. So, Christina, Radix Verum on YouTube, on Twatters. You are not Radix because you're banhammered and Elon Senpai hasn't bailed you out yet.
I know.
Radix Verum on Instagram as well. And obviously Valiant Renegade got him as well down there. And Valiant Renegade Jr., his link is in the description now. So you can also follow that. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I will catch you later. Peace.
Take care.